The following is a presentation of Eagle Radio and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. The basketball game of the week is on the air now.
Good evening and welcome into Ellsworth High School. Devin Haney along with Brian Dennett. We will provide live stream video tonight of a good matchup here in the area, both boys and girls, as Bennington is visiting Ellsworth to take on the Bearcats. Before we get started here with starting lineups for the girls game, let's take a pause and go over the national anthem here from the Ellsworth High School band. Here's the Bearcat band as we listen in live here on Salina Post.
We'd like to welcome our guests tonight, the Bulldogs from Bennington. And now would you please stand as the Ellsworth High School Pep Band, under the direction of Chris Barlow, performs our national anthem.
National anthem there provided by the Ellsworth High School band as we are at Ellsworth High School tonight for senior night as we get ready for a big tilt between the Bennington Bulldogs and the Ellsworth Bearcats. This is not a league contest. It's not even a contest that's in the same classification. This is a contest of two area schools that are getting ready to do battle here for our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine game of the week. Let's first go over the Bennington Lady Bulldogs. Their starters tonight under head coach Tracy Pifo. They come in 11-6. They will start Tamron Watson, a 5'5" senior, along with Talon Jilka, a 5'6" senior. Tally Watson, a 5'5" sophomore in the starting lineup, along with Ava Lawson, a 5'11" senior, and the leading scorer on this Bennington Bulldog team coming in as 5'5" junior, Rory Miles. Bennington comes in. They are currently 11-6 on the season. They have won 5 of their last 6 games, and they are currently in a very tight race in their sub-state bracket. That's the Wabaunsee sub-state in Class 2A, where they can move up a couple or they can move down a couple depending on their last 3 games. They have 2 games here after this game against Ellsworth tonight. And with the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats, they come in under the direction of first-year head coach Craig Batchman. They are 8-10 on the season. They will start Peyton Coonrod, a 5'6" senior. Averages 2.8 points per game. Lainey Peshka is the leading scorer on this Lady Bearcat squad. She's a 5'6" sophomore who averages 12 points a game. She also grabs 2.5 steals. Peyton Tenbrink, a 5'8" senior, averaging 4 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. Peyton Tenbrink is a leading rebounder on this team at 4.5 per contest. Isabel Lindsley, a 5'11" senior, averages 2 points, 3 rebounds a game. And Elise Haxton, a 5'8" sophomore, averages 9.5 points per game and 2.5 rebounds. This team from Ellsworth has 7 seniors here on senior night. Unfortunately for Ellsworth and head coach Craig Batchman, 2 of those seniors are injured and will not suit up. Lexi West, a 5'7" senior who averaged 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounds a game, is injured. And Kylan Turnipseed, unfortunately, sustained an injury in the game against Southeast of Saline on Tuesday. So it'll be Peyton Coonrod, Lainey Peshka, Peyton Tenbrink, Isabel Lindsley, and Elise Haxton for the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. For Bennington, once again, it will be Watson, Jilka, Miles, Watson, and Lawson. Glad you could join us for the Area Game of the Week brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, also Marshall Motors, and Smart Insurance. Go over other area games that we will be keeping an eye on tonight as well. But we are about ready to get this one underway. Bennington will wear their black jerseys trimmed in gold and white. Ellsworth in their home whites trimmed in black and red. We're underway with the Bearcats winning the tip. They will start out working on the left-hand side of the floor as we view it here directly behind the scores table at Ellsworth High School. Ellsworth starting out with the basketball. High post entry as they run a double high post. Now over to the right-hand side. Back up top they'll go with the ball in the hands of Peyton Tenbrink. Tenbrink now back to the left as Elise Haxton has it. Tried to get a pass inside. It was intended for Tenbrink, and Tenbrink could not handle it, but it goes out of bounds. It was deflected by a Bulldog, and it will be inbounded here by Ellsworth underneath her own basket. Looks like it'll be Elise Haxton, one of the sensational sophomores on this Ellsworth team, doing the duties. She will inbound it. Now she gets it back in the corner, trying to go back inside to Tenbrink. Now Tenbrink is stuck. She'll play it back outside to Haxton. Haxton now center of the floor up high to Peshka. Peshka deals it left to Coonrod. Now into the lane goes Lindsley. Isabel Lindsley has to play it back out top. We're almost 1 minute into this game. Ellsworth has had the possession the entire time. Bennington has not gotten the basketball yet. Back inside, nice entry pass, low block to Tenbrink. She turns, can't score. Coonrod's going to save it, but Bennington takes it away. Here come the Lady Dogs for the first time. Up the right-hand side of the floor, Rory Miles with it. Forces one up on the right-hand side. That hits the side of the backboard, but Bennington saves it. Bennington coming in. They have won 5 of their last 6 games. And kind of going in the opposite direction coming into this game is Ellsworth. They have lost 5 of their last 6 games. So 2 teams with separate trajectories coming into this game here. As I said, a unique matchup here. They are not in the same league. They are not in the same classification. Bennington comes from 2A. Ellsworth comes from Class 3A. Bennington in the heart of America. Ellsworth in the North Central Activities Association. Lob pass inside. It's taken away. That was intended for Ava Lawson. Now a foul playing transition defense here against the Bennington Bulldogs. And this will be the first foul for Bennington. Looks like they're going to give it to Jordan Bartlett. Bartlett snuck into the starting lineup there. So it's Ava Lawson along with Bartlett, Talon Jilka, along with Chloe Dossett, and Rory Miles. Bennington came up empty on their first possession. Now Ellsworth has the basketball. Open 3, right-hand side. Off the front of the rim, no good, and it's going to be rebounded inside by Ava Lawson. Ellsworth comes away empty on their second possession. Here come the Lady Bulldogs up the court. Dribble drive handoff. Miles over to the left-hand side. Now the ball comes back right. 3-guard dribble weave up top, and Coonrod sticks her hand in there and makes a lot of contact with Chloe Dossett, and that will be a foul for Ellsworth. Coonrod gets the first foul of the game for Ellsworth. Here's Miles now on a backdoor cut. Finds Dossett. Now back up top to Bartlett. These 3 guards just try and dribble drive handoffs. They're working it around the perimeter, not even really looking inside yet at Lawson. Now they string it on a baseline drive, a crafty move, getting to the basket by Miles. Airballed it, though, on the shot, and then she was bailed out by Dossett on the backside. Lob pass into Lawson. Can't get the basket to go down, and the rebound is going to be taken away by Ellsworth. Back the other way come the Lady Bearcats. Haxton has it. Deep lane entry for a turnaround and a shot that is up no good, but a foul will be called. Isabel Lindsley will go to the free throw line for the first free throws of this game. We're 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. And Elise Haxton going to the free throw line. Excuse me, that is not. That's Isabel Lindsley. First free throw is up, too strong, no good. Foul for Bennington on Ava Lawson. Second free throw on the way by Lindsley is no good. Ellsworth, though, got a tip at it, and then it ended up on the right-hand side of the basket where it's picked up and put in by Peyton Tenbrink. Now Ellsworth will turn their attention to some token full-court defense. Bennington brings it up across the half-court line. Now they play it off to the right to Chloe Dossett. Pass too tall for Dossett, and a turnover here for Bennington. Substitute comes in. It's Rory Miles. She came out, got about maybe 3 seconds of rest, and then back in comes Miles. Tracy Pifo already shuffling substitutes in and out of this game. 2-0 Ellsworth. They have the basketball back. Peyton Tenbrink with it. Now a lob pass inside to Lindsley again. Might have went off of her foot, but she saves it before it goes out of bounds, and now a foul will be called on Bennington. Third team foul of the quarter on Bennington. This will go against Talon Jilka. You have to think about maybe hitting the limit here early if you're Bennington and putting Ellsworth at the free throw line for some early free throws if you hit that 5 foul limit. 4:38 left to go, 2-0 here. Ellsworth leading it with the basketball. It's been a defensive battle so far, and another foul called against Bennington. This one against Tambrin Watson. And even though Bennington has 4 fouls here early on, they've done a nice job of spreading them out as if it was on purpose. Nobody has collected their second here early. They've spread those 4 fouls out amongst 4 different players. Ellsworth still continues to inbound from underneath their own basket. Now a couple cutters go in. Cross the lane, they go to Coonrod, and another foul called on Bennington. This is a shooting foul that will send Coonrod to the free throw line. Peyton Coonrod will step to the stripe. Peyton Coonrod got the start tonight in place of injured Kylan Turnipseed. First free throw's up and good. Lawson comes out of the game. Alyssa Wolf, a 5'11" junior, comes in. Coonrod's second free throw, rims off, no good. Ellsworth has a shot at the rebound. They have it, trapped underneath the basket. It's Peyton Tenbrink, and she's going to lose it. First turnover of the game for Ellsworth, 3-0. Lady Bearcats leading here on their home floor. There's a drive, now a spin move, back to the left by Tambrin Watson. Nice offensive move there, and she is fouled. Now she will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Foul here for Ellsworth will go against Isabel Lindsley. That is her first. Tambrin Watson's first free throw is up and good from the 5'5" senior. She gets Bennington on the board for the first time. Second free throw on the way. A little sidewinding shot. That one came out of the cannon a little silly there, and it went out of bounds. An air ball from Tambrin Watson. But the point scored, now a 2-point game. Bennington will turn their attention to some token full court pressure. Now a strip. Miles takes it away in the backcourt, goes to the cup, missed the layup as she was able to take it away from Elise Haxton. Second turnover for Ellsworth, ends up empty, therefore Bennington. Ellsworth has it back on their offensive end. We are halfway through the first quarter. Here's a drive into the paint and a shot put up off the window. That is no good from Lainey Peshka. Here comes Bennington. They want to run up the right-handed sideline. Chloe Dossett into the game. Now she shuffles it off left to Rory Miles. Miles wants to go to the bucket, runs right into a Bearcat, but makes the basket anyway. Rory Miles, the leading scorer from this Bennington team, with the first basket field goal of the night. That paired with a free throw ties us at 3. Ellsworth with it back. On their offensive end, they turn it over. Third consecutive turnover for Ellsworth. Miles back to the bucket again. Leaves it high off the window, and that's a miss. The Bearcats will clean it up. Ellsworth back across the timeline. High pressure defense there by Miles. Elise Haxton lost the basketball momentarily. Now she gets it back, and a high post entry here to Isabel Lindsley, who is fouled. The foul is on the floor, but Bennington is over their limit, and Ellsworth will be shooting free throws. So stepping to the line is Isabel Lindsley once again. She's 0 for 2 from the stripe so far in this game. 2:55 left to go first quarter. We are tied. See if Lindsley can break that tie at the stripe. Deep knee bend, shot on the way, and she got it. 1 of 3 now from the free throwing. Back into the game for Bennington will come Ava Lawson. Also into the contest again is Talon Jilka. A couple of seniors back in there for the Bulldogs. Lindsley's second free throw. Pure as it can get. 2 of 4 now from the free throw line. After missing her first 2, she has given Ellsworth a lead back, 5-3. 2:55 left to go, first quarter. Boy, Bennington Bass stepped on the sideline here, right in front of the scores table. Chloe Dossett, though, able to keep her balance and play it down the floor. Rory Miles has it now. Inside the keyhole, 17-foot jump shot is up and good. Rory Miles has both of the field goals from the floor for this Bennington Bulldog squad, and we are tied back at 5. 2:35 left to go, opening quarter. Here's a trap by Bennington's defense on the far sideline. Now Ellsworth able to get out of it. They'll play it now mid-lane to Ryan Ohl, who has checked into the game. She'll kick it backside for a 3 that is up and good by Elise Haxton. A couple of really good sophomores on this Ellsworth team. Elise Haxton is one of them, and she nails a 3-pointer on the left-hand side. Now a bump playing defense in the open floor against Miles will belong to Elise Haxton. 4th team foul for Ellsworth. Haxton's first. Now a steal going into the backcourt. Lainey Peshka, another one of those Ellsworth sophomores, coasts through and turns the steal into a lay-in. 10-5 now. Biggest lead of the quarter so far by Ellsworth. Doubling up Bennington here early on. Bennington's had trouble getting offense in this game for anyone other than Miles, but nobody else has really shot the ball. Now another turnover. Peshka comes away with another one. Peshka up the floor. Stops on the left wing and double dribble with the basketball. Boy, she was just in between picking it up or continuing that dribble, and the official right there able to whistle that one. Each team with 4 turnovers. Bennington gets it into Miles. Again, Ellsworth in that token full court pressure. Miles runs a clear out, wants to bring it herself. Bulldogs trailing early here with 90 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. It's 10-5 Ellsworth. Lawson inside, high lob pass. They double down defensively, and now a jump ball situation. Will go to the table, check the arrow, will keep it with Bennington, who will inbound underneath her own basket. Jordan Bartlett back into the game. Tamron Watson back into the game. Into the game for Ellsworth, Joanna Lindsley for the first time. Also, Alyssa Rodriguez. 1:23 left to play here, first quarter. Here's a drive, now a shutoff. Back to the right to Watson. Watson wants to skip over the top of everything. She finds Talon Jilka on the left-hand side. Now back up to Jordan Bartlett. Bartlett wants to drive, comes back to the right, hands it off to Watson. Watson, lob pass inside. Beautiful feed to Ava Lawson. Give Lawson the basket, but the assist goes to Tamron Watson. Lawson's first basket of the night. Bennington needed that one here early on. We go inside of a minute now. It's a 3-point game. Have to tie a shoe here. 51 seconds left to go. First quarter. Lob pass in to Ryan Ohl. Her 15-foot jumper is silky smooth, and it goes down. The 5'11 senior scores off the inbounds play. Ryan Ohl for 2. Back to a 5-point Ellsworth lead. Bennington with it in the keyhole. Now they pitch it out to Tamron Watson on the left-hand side. Watson checks the defense. Now she hands it off to Talon Jilka. Now to Jordan Bartlett. Bartlett jump from the free throw line. That's no good. Rebounded, though, and stuck back in by Tamron Watson. Watson has 3. That one a second chance point there for Ellsworth. Clock down to 17. Ellsworth can have the last say here about it if they want to end the first quarter. They lead it by 3. They go to Ohl, who pops out top of the circle. Now Rodriguez, left-hand side. Back in, deep post entry to Ohl. Baby hook blocked away by Bennington. Ball on the floor. Bulldogs pick it up, and that will be the end of the quarter. 12-9, our score. Ellsworth leads Bennington at the end of 1. It's the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Ellsworth hosting Bennington. It's a 3-point lead for the Lady Bearcats at the end of 1 right here on Salina Post.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Back here at Ellsworth High School, Ellsworth leading as we go to the second quarter. 12-9 is our score. Bearcats out in front. Other games we're keeping an eye on tonight: Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard, Minneapolis at Beloit, Sacred Heart is at Republic County, Solomon is at Lincoln, Salina Central at Valley Center. Also, Meigs at Salina South. El Salina's at Sterling. That's a big one in Class 2A. Smoky Valley at Heston. Abilene at Clay Center. And Chapman at Marysville. Ellsworth came up empty on the first offensive possession of the quarter, but then Bennington turns it over as they come down on their offensive end. Fifth turnover of the game belongs to the Lady Bulldogs as we are just underway here in the second quarter. 12-9, Ellsworth. Isabel Lindsley bringing the ball up the floor, middle of the floor, fades off to the left now, finds Coonrod. Peyton Coonrod back around to the right through Peyton Tenbrink, now in low to Alexis Moore. Moore had a little ball fake there and then ended up getting to the basket and it's fouled. Alexis Moore will go to the free throw line. Foul here for Bennington is on Ava Lawson. That is her second. Moore's free throw hits the front of the rim and then bounces off to the left. No good. Lawson will come out with those two fouls. Back in for Bennington is Alyssa Wolf. Alexis Moore, the second of her two free throws. She got that one to go. Moore becomes the seventh Bearcat already in this game to score. They lead it 13-9. Miles fires it off to the left-hand side. Tally Watson has it. Now back to the right. Miles has it. Little one-on-one situation. Miles doesn't want it. Now she falls down as she tries to dribble and gets it back out to Jordan Bartlett. One-handed pass now down to the left-hand baseline. Spin move and a shot put up. That's going to be a foul. Shooting free throws coming up here for Tambrin Watson, who had another crafty move, this time on the left-hand baseline. And Watson will go to the free throw line. The foul for Ellsworth is on Peyton Tenbrink. That is her second. So now Tenbrink and Lawson, one on each side here, with two fouls early on. Watson's free throw is up and good. That gives her 4 points. She's 2 of 3 from the stripe. Second one is on the way, bounces off to the left. Alexis Moore with the rebound, but she saved it in. As she started to lose it out of bounds, she saved it in underneath Bennington's basket, and now Bennington is fouled. Excuse me, no, a foul on Bennington, pardon me. It's in there on the rebound, but they're going to give the second foul here to Isabel Lindsley for Bennington. Oh, excuse me, it's Alyssa Wolf. I got it right. Now a steal comes away for Bennington. Each team with 5 turnovers. Left-hand side with the ball. Tally Watson has it now. Ends up on the right to Tambrin. Rory Miles. Full speed dribble to the right wing. Brought the defender right over to Watson, then handed her the basketball. Miles Mata got away with a travel there. And now a pass inside is slapped out of bounds by the Bearcats. We can tell Ellsworth obviously has done their homework as they are giving a lot of attention here to Rory Miles. Here's Tambrin Watson on the drive. Gets underneath the defender's arm. Shot up no good. Alexis Moore with the rebound for Ellsworth. Bearcats continue to lead 13-10. Now in transition. Peshka has it. She'll threaten the baseline on the left-hand side. Now retreat and come back out. Back to the middle of the floor. Elise Haxton now over to the right. Josie Kuser into the game for Ellsworth. Right now standing on the right wing with the basketball. 5:49 left to go before halftime. There's a drive by Coonrod. Now back out to Isabel Lindsley. Alexis Moore, her little 10-foot jump shot won't go down. Fight for the rebound is going to be a dual possession, and the arrow points in the favor of Bennington. Bulldogs behind, but they're hanging around here. Biggest lead for Ellsworth has been 5. Right now 13-10 for the Bearcats. Bennington has the ball back. Miles with it. She comes over to the right, now hands it off to Tally Watson, and they're going to call a foul here on Ellsworth. Go against Elise Haxton. That is her second. 2 team fouls on each side here with 5:29 left to go in the second quarter. Up off the bench is Johanna Lindsley, once again, a 5'8 sophomore. Also in for Bennington is Chloe Dossett. She will replace Tambrin Watson. Bennington having a little bit of an issue getting the ball inbounds here in front of the scorer's table. They finally do. Now Miles will fade off to the left, hand it off to Jordan Bartlett. 3-guard weave again. Here's an open three-pointer off the front of the rim. No good. Alyssa Rodriguez has picked it up for Ellsworth, but then throws it away, looking down the floor for Peyton Coonrod. Half a dozen turnovers now for Ellsworth, as they will be relegated back to defense with 5:14 left to go. Still working our way through second quarter here. Miles with it. Ellsworth continues to play man-to-man defense. Rory Miles off to the right-hand side. Now 3-guard dribble weave again, initiated here by Bennington. Lob pass inside, intended for Alyssa Wolf. It's poked away and taken away by Ellsworth. Into the keyhole. Now a pitch out. Johanna Lindsley for 3. Lindsley gets the 3 and has given Ellsworth their biggest lead of the night. 4:30 left to play second quarter. 16-10 Bearcats. There's a Bennington three-pointer now. Too strong, no good. Fight for the rebound. Bartlett has it. She sticks it back up and into the cup. Jordan Bartlett scores her first baskets of the game. 4:15 left to play here in the second quarter. 16-12 now. Here's Alexis Moore rising up and scoring on the baseline right-hand side. 18-12. These two teams now trading punches, seemingly getting a little rhythm here offensively, but that defense on both sides probably a little wore out too. 18-12, Bennington trailing with the basketball. Here's a drive by Miles along the baseline. This will be a foul on Alexis Moore, her first. Rory Miles will step to the free throw line. Team foul number 3 here for Ellsworth. Miles' first trip to the line. She scored 4 points in the first quarter. Has not scored here yet in the second. First free throw by Miles. Hit the backboard, went into the rim, came out, hit the backboard, and went in. Miles averages just under 12 points a game, 5'5" junior. Ava Lawson back in for Bennington. Second free throw by Miles is off to the left, no good. Lawson gets the rebound and stick it back in the cup. Ava Lawson now has 4, as she was summoned off the bench and did exactly what they expect her to do off the miss there from Miles. It's a 3-point trip for Bennington. They're back within 3, and now a foul out high playing defense against the Lady Dogs. This will go against Chloe Dossett. First personal foul for her, third team foul here in the quarter. Ellsworth a chance to run some baseline offense here. They inbound underneath their own basket. Little fake here to the right. Johanna Lindsley has it. Now she plays it back out to Josie Kuser. Here's a free throw jumper. That's up. That's wild, no good from Lainey Peshka, but she gets her own rebound. Goes between the legs with the dribble once, now twice. Starts out left, comes back right. There's a cutter and a pass that's broken up. Nearly taken away there by Rory Miles, but it's going to stay with Ellsworth on their offensive end. 18-15, 3:14 left to go here second quarter. Peshka with it. Lobs it down to the baseline, left-hand side. Here's a shot put up by Coonrod that's no good, but a rebound and a foul from behind on the putback. There to rebound, it was Josie Kuser for Ellsworth, and the foul here for Bennington will go and score Jordan Bartlett. Second foul of the game on Jordan Bartlett. Now that'll put Bennington at the limit of fouls in the quarter here for the last 3 minutes of the second. Free throw is up, and that is no good from Kuser. Second free throw also no good. Bennington with it back. Now a foul called up top against Laney Peshka. For Peshka, that is her first. Fouls piling up here. Both teams at their limit once again with 2:54 left to go here in the second quarter. Cameron Watson has it. She spun in the corner, now comes back to the middle of the floor. Chloe Dossett has it. Dossett dribbles back to the left, hands it off to Watson. Cameron Watson behind her back, still dribbling, looking for somewhere to go. Tried to give it to Jordan Bartlett. It's poked out. They chase it out to the timeline. Now back to the left-hand side. Here's a wide open Ava Lawson and a beautiful feed from Jordan Bartlett. Bartlett on the assist. Lawson with her 5th and 6th points of the game. Bennington back to within 1. It's a nice little run here for the Bulldogs. It's a 7-2 run that has got them back almost even here. They trail it by 1. Ellsworth on offense. They'll swing it around. Peshka with it. Top of the circle. Well, she thought about 3. Now she's going to drive into the tree. She'll dish it out at the last minute. And a shot that is up and good from Josie Kuser. So Kuser gets the basket to go down, and a timeout will be called. Or not. Just going to give a warning here. I thought maybe Tracy Pifo wanted a timeout, but it's a delay warning for touching the basketball after it came through the hoop. That does give both coaches a chance to substitute here. Rory Miles comes in here for the Bennington Bulldogs. 20-17 Ellsworth, 2 minutes left to go. Ellsworth has led the entire way thus far. Miles threatens on the corner, right-hand side. Now she plays it out, three-point land. Long-distance shot on the way from Jilka. That's no good. Laney Peshka with the rebound. Here comes Peshka back the other way. Nobody has her. She's going to go all the way to the cup. Now she has her shot blocked partially by Alyssa Wolf for Bennington. Ball on the floor. It's picked up by the Bearcats. Here's another drive. This is by Johanna Lindsley, who missed it high off the window. And now Peyton Kernrod thought she had a handle on it, but she was out of bounds on the baseline. And that will go over to Bennington. Ryan Ohl pops up off the bench. She's going to check in. She will replace Isabel Lindsley. Lindsley, one of those Bearcats right now with 2 fouls. There are 3 of them. You don't want them to get 3 here early on in this game. Miles had the ball go off of her left knee, almost went out of bounds, but she chased it down in time. Tamron Watson comes to help out. 75 seconds left to go here in the opening half. No player left to Watson. She got away with a travel. Little crow hop there after she caught the basketball. The crowd on that side wanted it. We'll play through it. Under a minute now left to go. Miles has it. She wants a reset of the offense. Clock down to 53. Backdoor cut here. And now a tie-up situation that will end up in a dual possession. We'll go to the table, and the arrow says Ellsworth. 7 turnovers here for Bennington in this first half. Peshka with it now for Ellsworth. See if Ellsworth wants to hold on to it for the last possession. Now a reaching foul will be called against Rory Miles, and that will send Laney Peshka to the free throw line. Sophomore Laney Peshka scored 2 in the first quarter. Has not scored since. She'll get a couple of free throws here after the first foul on Miles. First shot is up and good. Stick with us here at halftime. We will go over the stats from the first half. We'll also check the scoreboard. See what's going on around the area. Second free throw by Peshka is good. She has 4. Back to a 5-point lead now for Ellsworth. Miles brings it across the timeline for Bennington. Last half minute here of the first half. 33 seconds left to go. Watson looking for some space. Lost her dribble, picked it up, and that's a turnover. Back-to-back turnovers now for Bennington will open the door here for Ellsworth. 22-17. Again, both teams a little handcuffed here because of fouls. Nothing real serious yet, but that is definitely something to keep in mind for second half. And now Rory Miles will pick up her second foul. And not only have these been fouls here on Bennington defensively, but they're putting Ellsworth at the free throw line with a chance to score. Lainey Peshka, fouled by Miles, will step to the line and get another one. Free throw is up and good. It's the third free throw scored here by Ellsworth in the last 30 seconds because of a Bennington foul. Make it 4. Lainey Peshka, 4 from the free throw line. 19 seconds left to play. Bennington has it back. Ellsworth leads it by their biggest lead. There's a traveling violation now on Bennington. They have 4 consecutive turnovers. 13 seconds left here for Ellsworth. Peshka has it again in her hands. Almost ran into a teammate there. Kind of an excuse me dribble. She works her way back to the floor. 5 seconds left. Peshka still has it. Pitches it out in the corner. They're running out of time. Coonrod with an extra pass, and they didn't have time to do that. And Ellsworth will lose the basketball here in a last-second chance to score. But they take a big lead to the locker room. It's their biggest lead of the half. 7 points as they lead at 24-17 here at the break. Good defensive first half. Some fouls, though, that we'll have to keep eyes on as we continue on here through second half action. When we come back here at halftime, we'll have the area scoreboard check brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. We'll also go over stats of the first half. That's brought to you by Marshall Motors. When we come back, it's the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine halftime. Right now, 24-17, Ellsworth leading it on Salina Post.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job.
Welcome back here, halftime. Ellsworth High School, the Lady Bearcats leading 24-17. It's their biggest lead of the half. Let's go over scoring from the first half. These first half stats brought to you by Marshall Motors. Let's first go over the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. They are right now spreading the scoring out. There is no doubt about that. They have 9 different players that have scored on their way to 24 points. Those players are Lainey Pechka with 6. She finished the half strong with 4 free throws. And then you have 3 points from Elise Haxton, 3 points from Johanna Lindsley, and 3 points for Alexis Moore. For Ellsworth, 2 points for Peyton Tenbrink, 2 points for Isabel Lindsley, 2 points for Josie Kuser, and 2 points for Ryan Ohl, a single free throw for Peyton Coonrod. For the Bennington Bulldogs right now, 6 points for Ava Lawson, 5 points for Rory Miles, 4 points for Tambra Watson, 2 points for Jordan Bartlett. Bennington shooting 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Ellsworth shooting 8 of 14. Turnovers right now, Bennington has 9, Ellsworth has 5. Take another time out here at halftime. When we come back, we'll check the area scoreboard for you. It's brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. It's coming up when we come back here at halftime. The Ellsworth Lady Bearcats lead Bennington 24-17 here on Salina Post.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at salinapaintballcomplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Back here, halftime of the girls' contest. It's Ellsworth leading Bennington 24-17. Welcome back. My name is Devin Haney, and a check of your area scoreboard. It's brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. Let's go over some area scores for you. Right now, Sacred Heart leading Republic County at halftime of the girls' game, 22-14. These are all halftime girls' scores, by the way. Valley Center leading Salina Central 17-14. Mays over Salina South 19-14. El Saline leads Sterling 28-20. Clay Center leads Abilene 20-17. And not really an area score, just kind of a scary score to share with you on the Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard. Emporia leads Junction Cities girls at halftime 27-0. Don't see those scores very often, but that's a check of our area scoreboard. It's brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. Here, halftime of this girls' contest, 24-17. Ellsworth leading Bennington. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, third quarter action for you. It's coming up here on Salina Post.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back here, Ellsworth High School. Friday night basketball. Want to invite you to tune in to KINA, part of the Eagle Radio family, 910 a.m., also 107.5 FM. Also 910KINA.com for the Friday night high school basketball scoreboard show. Happens every Friday night on KINA from 10 until 11 o'clock. That's brought to you by Home Automotive Centers in Abilene and Salina and the Salina Surgical Hospital. It's a full hour of scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas. Bennington starts out with the basketball. They try to get it inside to Ava Lawson, but that's going to be poked away and taken away by the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. Bearcats lead it by 7. Three-pointer on the way off the back of the rim. That's no good from Lainey Pechka. And the rebound taken inside by Bennington's Ava Lawson. Lawson now plays it off to Jordan Bartlett. Bartlett, little dribble drive handoff to Talon Jilka. Ellsworth has been consistent with that man-to-man defense where they really get after it. There's a runner now, and a shot put up by Miles is a wild shot. That's no good. Kind of love the way she plays. It's just unbridled enough to where it's a little bit hard to guard because it's unpredictable. But she is the leading scorer on this Bennington team. Here's Ellsworth, a drive and a pull-up on the right-hand side, and that's going to be good from Elise Haxton. She had a three-pointer in the first quarter. She's been quiet since then. Now she has 5, and she has given Ellsworth their biggest lead of the night. They lead it by 9. 6:43 left to go here in the third quarter, and a traveling violation will be issued to Tamron Watson. Back-to-back turnovers here on Bennington. When you go back to the way they ended the first half, they have now turned the ball over 6 consecutive possessions. And that is partly why Ellsworth is leading 26-17. 3-ball on the way from the corner. That is no good from Peyton Tenbrink. And Bennington will bring it down. Early going here in the second half, but boy, the Lady Bulldogs really need a bucket now. Here's Miles, big step through in the paint. Left-handed shot won't go. And the rebound taken on the backside here by Ellsworth for Tenbrink. Up the right-hand sideline, Coonrod has it. She'll pull up from 15. Her shot won't go down. Rebound on the backside taken in by Bennington. In fact, that was Jordan Bartlett with the rebound. Miles will fire a 3, right-hand side. She got it. That's a bucket that Bennington needed in a bad, bad way as Rory Miles gets a 3-pointer here. Now a brief break in the action for some shoe maintenance here for Lainey Peshka. Also a couple of subs coming into the game for Bennington. Chloe Dossett has checked back in. Also Tally Watson has checked back in. A couple of sophomores here for head coach Tracy Pifo. Talked about it a little bit in pregame. These are two teams coming into this game. They're headed in different directions. Bennington has won 5 of their last 6. Ellsworth has lost 5 of their last 6. With the basketball, coming up the floor, Lise Haxton has it. She'll fire it off to the left to Lainey Peshka. Peshka, left-handed dribble, brings it back to the middle. Now she'll fire it back to the right to Coonrod. Mid-lane jumper, put up, and that is good. Isabel Lindsley. She now has 4. 28-20. Bennington working around the perimeter here. Bartlett, now Miles. Miles looking for that crease. She's going to kick it out for a 3. That's no good for the Bulldogs. And the rebound taken in by Peyton Coonrod. Up the right-hand sideline, here comes Ellsworth again. They play it inside. Now back outside. Peshka with the runner, puts a shot up. That's no good. Lindsley with the rebound. Now she kicks it out to Coonrod. Extra pass, three-pointer on the way again off the front lip, and a long rebound ends up in the corner with Chloe Dossett for Bennington. 4:43 left to go here in the third quarter. 28-20. Ellsworth leading it by 8. Miles for 3. Off the rim, no good. Boy, just a little bit short on a lot of these outside shots for the Bulldogs. Miles got back into the paint, then she's kicked it out to Tally Watson on the right-hand side. Miles now on the spin. Mid-lane jumper up and good. Rory Miles has scored all 5 of Bennington's points here in the quarter. We approach the halfway mark of the third. 28-22, back to a 2-possession game. Mid-lane entry. Now a couple of dribbles off to the left-hand side. That's no good. Bennington has the rebound. Craig Batchman, first-year head coach for Ellsworth, up instructing his girls to be more aggressive at the rebounding. Now a 30-second timeout called here for Bennington. Tracy Pifo wants to talk about it. We'll step away. It's a quick 30 at your Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Area Game of the Week.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Out of the timeout for Bennington, Bulldogs have the basketball within 6 points. They trail briefly there by 9, halfway through the third, 28-22 Ellsworth. Jordan Bartlett working it around here, now behind the back dribble. She kicks it back the other way. Tally Watson open on the right-hand side. Free throw line extended, but she continues with this 3-guard dribble weave. They go back to Bartlett now. She's going to get her way to the free throw line. Tried to get it in on a pass to Ava Lawson, but they turn it over. 3 turnovers in the third quarter here for the Dogs. Ellsworth nearly turned it over, but nobody there defensively for Bennington. Now Ellsworth will unleash the 3, and they will make the 3. On the left-hand side, it's Elise Haxton once again. It's her second three-pointer of the game. She has 8. 31-22, back to a 9-point lead, and a foul called here against Ellsworth defensively after the first half that we had. Seems a little weird saying that we've had our first foul called in the third quarter. We are up over the limit in both the first and second quarters, but that is the first foul whistled here in the second half. For Ellsworth, it belongs to Lainey Peshka. The sophomore has just picked up her second. 2:56 left to go here in the third. Skip pass over the top of everybody. A little bit wild. Watson has to bring it in. And now she plays it back up top, middle of the floor to Chloe Dossett. She'll bring it back left to Tally Watson. Now Alyssa Wolf pops out middle of the floor. In down low. Tally Watson had it. Now she plays it back out for a runner that is up no good. Rebound being fought for, and it's going to be contained here by Peyton Tenbrink. Back the other way comes the Lady Bearcats. Alexis Moore, left-hand lane jumper is up and good from 8. Alexis Moore has come off the bench here for Ellsworth and scored 5 points in this game. And it's an 11-point Ellsworth lead. 2:13 left to go in the third. Talon Jilka has it. Now she'll play it left to Tamron Watson. Watson a long stare inside. Nothing working in the paint, though, for Bennington. Now they'll try to get it into Wolf. That's going to be a pass. That's stolen away. 4 turnovers here. The turnover bug has really bitten this Bennington team. Give the credit to this Ellsworth defense. Inside 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Left-hand side, Peyton Coonrod with it. Now a skip pass over the top of everything. Another three-pointer by Ellsworth is up, and that rips the cords. Elise Haxton does it again. Her third three-pointer of the game. She has 8 points in this quarter alone, 11 for the contest. 36-22. Big lead for Ellsworth. It's their biggest of the night at 14. Now Bennington nearly turns it over. They do. Elise Haxton came in and took it. Long pass up the floor for Ellsworth. They're going to try another three. That one's off the rim, no good. And the rebound secured inside for Alyssa Wolf and the Bulldogs. Now a whistle from the far side. They're going to call a foul here on Ellsworth. This will go against Peyton Tenbrink. Second team foul for Ellsworth here in the quarter for Tenbrink. It is her third. Craig Batchman wanting an explanation on that. The official says she got hit in the face. Didn't say that, just made the motion. I read it. Bennington, well, they need to score here. They are just continually falling behind with these turnovers. They turned the ball over the last 4 possessions of the first half. They have 5 turnovers here in the third quarter. Last minute of the third. Ball on the floor again. Ellsworth going down after it in a jump ball situation. They'll go to the arrow, and it will go to Ellsworth. It's an 8-0 run here for the Bearcats since the last time that Bennington scored, and they're having trouble scoring. Rory Miles has 5 points in this quarter for Bennington. That's the only points that they have. Peshka Miles going one-on-one right now. Lenny Peshka gets a high screen from Moore. Now she'll play it back a shade right, top of the circle. Ends up inside to Moore, and she is fouled on the floor. First foul of the third here on Bennington. A foul will go against Alyssa Wolf, her third. Now a jump ball situation again. They'll go to the table. The arrow will say Bennington. First turnover for Ellsworth here in the second half. They have 6 in the game. Bennington with it across the timeline. Final seconds here of the third quarter. 22 seconds left to go. Bennington in trouble along the baseline, but they get it out for a 3. Far right-hand corner, that's no good. That came from Miles. She runs down her own rebound. Miles now center of the floor on that Bearcat logo. She'll go back off to the right. Lob pass inside for Wolf. Shot up, won't go, didn't clear backboard and rim. And 5 seconds left to go. Peshka has it across the timeline with 3. She pulls up, top of the circle, nearly got it to go, but it's too strong. And a big quarter there for the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. They will go to the fourth with their biggest lead of the night, 36-22. Fourth and final quarter action coming up when we come back at your Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Area Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Start of the fourth quarter here, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. It's our area game of the week. Bennington visiting Ellsworth, and right now it's Ellsworth with a commanding 14-point lead as we go to the fourth and final quarter. Here's a reaching foul up top. Laney Peshka was fouled by Rory Miles. Miles has 3 fouls. All of them have been in an attempt to guard Laney Peshka. 36-22, Ellsworth with a back. See what the Lady Bearcats want to do here. Maybe they want to make the clock their friend. And just as I say that, Peshka puts the ball in her left hip. Now she's going to drive to the paint. Runner is up. That's no good. Rebound taken in by Rory Miles. She'll come speeding back the other way. Pulls up on the right wing. Now goes back middle of the floor to Madison Simmons. Simmons pulls a crossover. Now a little shovel pass there to Bartlett. 3-guard dribble weave continues. Here's Miles now for 3, top of the circle. That glances off left. Rebound, though, taken in by Bennington. That's no good. Rebound again by Bennington, and a putback is no good. Another attempt at it is no good. And finally, the ball is cleared away by Elise Haxton for Ellsworth. Up the floor to Alyssa Rodriguez. She was going out of bounds, saves it into Ryan Ohl. Her 15-foot jumper is no good. A conditioning drill going on right now here at Ellsworth. No points so far in the fourth quarter, but a lot of running. Here's Rory Miles. She'll pull up from 15. That's no good. Ball off the hands of Bennington and out of bounds. Ellsworth will take it. Turnover count is 14-7 in this game in favor of Ellsworth, and the Bearcats want a 30-second timeout. Again, some girls' scores here at the half as we check the Salina Surgical Hospital scoreboard. Sacred Heart led Republic County in girls play at the half, 22-14. Valley Center over Salina Central, 17-14. Mays over Salina South, 19-14. El Saline over Sterling, 28-20. That'll be an interesting core to keep your eyes on in the boys contest too. That's a big one in Class 2A. And then Clay Center leading Abilene 20-17. And just for a little bonus nugget there on the scoreboard, Emporia was leading Junction City 27-0 at half. Hopefully the Lady Jays have found some points. Here it's 36-22. We're still looking for points here in the fourth quarter. These two teams have played about a minute and a half at a stalemate right now. Ellsworth would be comfortable with that probably. Bennington not so much as they trail by 14. Here's a steal and a crafty move by Rory Miles as she keeps it in bounds. Miles saved that, poked it away, and then kept it from going out of bounds by playing it behind her back on a pass. There's a foul on the floor now. Will be whistled against Ellsworth. Drive to the rim that time by Jordan Bartlett. She was hand-checked. First foul of the quarter against the Bearcats, and it's a big one. It's on Peyton Tenbrink. That is her 4th. She's the first one in this game to enter the 4-foul club. Here's a nice entry pass into Jordan Bartlett, who was coming through the paint. She put her first shot up, couldn't get it, but then she was fouled on the rebound, and that foul on the floor will keep the ball here with the Bulldogs as it's Josie Kuser. The foul on that rebound, that's her first. Rory Miles pitches it in up high. Tambrin Watson for 3. Nearly got enough of the backboard where it was able to bank in, but it comes off strong, and Peyton Coonrod has it for Ellsworth. She's going to go coast to coast down the right-hand side. Can't get the layup to go down, and the rebound being fought forward now is going to end in a foul on Ellsworth as Tambrin Watson was knocked to the floor. Foul is against Peyton Coonrod for the Ellsworth Bearcats. It's her second. 3 team fouls now here for Ellsworth in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs have it back. Big victory on Tuesday for these Lady Dogs from Bennington. They were able to beat El Saline on their home floor. That was a clean sweep that night for Bennington. They won both the girls and the guys game. Now a armbar out front is going to be whistled against Elise Haxton as she picks up her 3rd. Sub into the game here for Bennington. Chloe Dossett, a sophomore, back in. Keep it right here. After the conclusion of the girls' game, we will carry senior recognition activities here at Ellsworth High School. It is senior night in the good old barn here at Ellsworth High School. We will carry all that. You can tune in here on Salina Post and listen to all the senior recognition. And then, of course, we'll have the guys' game for you coming up as the second game of our doubleheader. Bennington lost the ball out of bounds. That is turnover number 6 in the half, 15 for the game. And Craig Batchman, head coach of the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats, wants a full timeout. We will take it as well. 5:37 left to go in this one. It's a 60-second timeout here on Salina Post.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Opus.
Back here at Ellsworth High School, 36-22. Bearcats still leading in a fourth quarter that has really become a test of who can score. As I said, I'm sure Ellsworth is very comfortable with that, but Bennington is down by 14. They need to turn the basketball over here and get back to their offensive end as soon as they can. Ellsworth spreading it out right now. Little wide open motion offense where everybody is just kind of playing around. One girl on the inside is Isabel Lindsley is holding fort around the paint. The other four guards are just killing time. 5 minutes left to go. Still 36-22. There's a half-hearted drive off the right-hand side. Johanna Lindsley. She really kind of broke the coconut open, if you will, in that second quarter where we were in a tight game, and then she came off the bench and hit a three from the right-hand wing. Peshka with it. She'll hand it off now. Josie Kuser with it. Now back to Peshka. They go inside to Lindsley. Little power dribble. She lost the basketball. Now she'll play it back to Peshka. This Ellsworth team has no interest in shooting. Just as I say that, a three-pointer gets launched. That is no good, and the ball out of bounds off of Ellsworth as a couple of different players, one on each team, come sprinting over to the Ellsworth bench, and it's going to go to the Bulldogs. But Ellsworth able to take a minute and a half off that clock there. They have taken the clock down now to 4:22 left to go. 36-22, Bennington with the basketball in the deficit here. They got to make up. They have never led in this game. They were tied at 3 early on in that first quarter. Here's a runner put up. That's no good. Ellsworth has it back. We approach the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Ellsworth with it up the left-hand side of the floor. Bennington players fell down there. And now Ellsworth with another three-pointer. That's an air ball, but a rebounding foul will be called here against Bennington. It's on Rory Miles, and that will be number 4 for Rory Miles. So Miles has 4 for Bennington. Peyton Tenbrink has 4 for Ellsworth. 3:55 left to go. Alyssa Rodriguez set to inbound here. And it's stolen away by Jordan Bartlett. 3 turnovers for Ellsworth. Bennington has it back. Miles stops at the free throw line. Plays it out to Bartlett. She tried to get into Lawson. It's stolen away. Isabel Lindsley came over the top, poked it away, and then took custody of that basketball. And we continue to play through this fourth quarter with no points. 3:30 left to play. They'll work it around. Elise Haxton standing middle of the floor between the rings. Now she goes left-hand side to Alyssa Rodriguez. Back around, looking right. Johanna Lindsley has it. She'll play it in the hands of Josie Kuser. Approaching the 3-minute mark now. Another 30 seconds knocked off this clock by Ellsworth. Just running wide open offense. No matter what part of the subject you stand on, whether you're for or against, whether you're yay or nay, you may say this is a case that needs to be made for the shot clock. That will be an option for each school to implement next season. And a jumper that is up and in by Isabel Lindsley. First points of the fourth quarter for either squad. That extends this lead for Ellsworth to 16. It'll be interesting to see how that shot clock issue works out. I'm sure being an option, probably going to get about a 50-50 mix. Some schools will, some schools won't. On any given night, you may have to tailor the way you play because of the absence or the presence of a shot clock. There's a foul against Ellsworth. It's on Isabel Lindsley, her second. Puts Ava Lawson at the free throw line where she misses the first. 6 points in this game for Ava Lawson. Second free throw on the way. Got it. 2:32 left to go. Ellsworth with the basketball back. 15-point lead. This continues on. Looks like Ellsworth will rebound nicely from their loss on the road Tuesday at southeast of Salina. There's a drive all the way to the cup, and a foul will be called on Ava Lawson. Elise Haxton stepped on the accelerator and went all the way to the rim on the right-hand side. She was fouled, and now she'll shoot free throws. Ava Lawson collects her third foul. Remember, she had two really early on in this game, but she's been able to play the entire game until this point, not picking up her third. Good on her. Elise Haxton made the first, missed the second. She knew it was off so much that she went to rebound and crossed the line before the ball got to the rim. So a lane violation there on Elise Haxton. 12 points. She's the leading scorer on this Ellsworth team. She scored 8 in that third when Ellsworth was able to pull away. And now a pass that goes out of bounds. Rory Miles looking for the backdoor cut. Her teammate was not. Turnover number 17 for Bennington. Craig Batchman now going back to his bench. Of course, maybe some negotiating there and some working around who is playing and who's finishing this game since it is senior night. Coach Batchman had 7 seniors on this Ellsworth team, but as I said, only 5 of them available to play in this game because he has 2 of them that are hurt and in street clothes. Lexi West hasn't played a few games here in the second portion of the season, and then Kylan Turnipseed was injured Tuesday night in that game with southeast of Salina. And a 30-second timeout here. That might be the subject of this timeout by Coach Batchman with 1:40 left to go here in this game. 39-23, a 16-point lead by the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats. As I said, keep it tuned right here after the game. We will have the video, the presentation of senior recognition activities here at Ellsworth High for the Bearcats. And then we will have what looks to be a really, really good guys contest. It's a 2-loss Ellsworth team that comes in. Their only 2 losses are to Beloit, who is the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A in the state of Kansas. They will play the Bennington squad that only has 3 losses. And 2 of those are to state-ranked teams in Sterling and Moundridge. They split with Moundridge so far this year. That should be a really, really good game on the boys' side. Here's Rodriguez with it in the paint, was falling down, had to throw it out, and it's a turnover for Ellsworth. Bennington has it back. Miles with a spin move in the keyhole, puts a jumper up, and it's in. Rory Miles, the only person to score for Bennington here in this second half. She has 12. It's right on her average. 70 seconds left to play. 39-25. Inside to Ryan Ohl. She's going to be fouled from behind from Alyssa Wolf. That is her 4th. Not at the limit yet. That will put them at the limit. So both teams have exceeded the limit for the last minute 5. Rory Miles comes out here for Bennington. Sure, a disappointing night for the Bulldogs, but playing up in classification. You're a 2A school coming here on the road to play a 3A school. As we said, Bennington has won 5 of their last 6 coming into this game. Ellsworth needed this win. They have lost 5 of their last 6. And both teams kind of in a tight race for their sub-state. Here's a shot by Alyssa Rodriguez up and in. That's her first points of the night. Clock down to 42. Rodriguez, the 10th Ellsworth player to score in this game. They have definitely spread it out. And a 30-second timeout called here by Tracy Pifo. We'll keep it right here. Bennington will go to that Wabaunsee sub-state that really is kind of packed. Wabaunsee, of course, is in that sub-state location. Bennington will be there. The Sacred Heart Lady Knights will be there. And it is very, very tight coming into tonight. As I saw, Bennington could really kind of gain a spot or two or lose a spot or two. They still have 2 games left to the Bulldogs after this game here tonight. They still have Breen Academy left, who is a top-ranked team in the state. They also have Inman left. For Ellsworth, this will put their record at 9-10, but they are in the upper echelon of their sub-state. They came in 3rd in their sub-state standings that will eventually end up at the host site in Hoisington. And they will have 1 game left after tonight, Ellsworth will. They will play Sacred Heart on Tuesday. Foul here on Ellsworth. Send Bennington to the free throw line. Claire Sanger to the free throw line for Bennington. .31 seconds left to go, and the substitutions begin. Here for Craig Batchman, you hear the crowd for Ellsworth giving their salute to some of these seniors who are coming off their floor. Maybe the last time they might get to host a first-round sub-state game, but definitely the last home game of the regular season. Second free throw here for Bennington is good. Ellsworth has it back and a chance to put this one away. 25 seconds left to go. 41-26. Clock down to 12. Alexis Moore will dribble it out near the logo, and that will do it. Ellsworth protects their home floor here against the Bennington Bulldogs. For Ellsworth, they go to 9-10 on the season as they get a victory 41-26 over the Bennington Bulldogs. We'll have stats for you, but we'll craft that around the senior recognition night activities here at Ellsworth High School. We will step away, come back with senior recognition here at Ellsworth High School. Lady Bearcats win it here on senior night, 41-26, as your Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Area Game of the Week.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of 2 types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Final numbers for you here as we prepare for senior night activities. We'll give you these numbers real quick for the Bennington Bulldogs. Rory Miles had 12, 7 points tonight for Ava Lawson, 4 points for Tambrin Watson, 2 points for Jordan Bartlett, and a free throw there at the end for Claire Sanger. For the Ellsworth Bearcats, they spread it out tonight. They had 10 different players score, and they were led by 12 points for Elise Haxton, 6 points for Laney Peshka, 6 points for Isabel Lindsley, 5 points for Alexis Moore, 3 points for Johanna Lindsley, and then 2 points for Peyton Tenbrink, 2 points for Alyssa Rodriguez, 2 points for Josie Cruiser, and 2 points for Ryan Knoll. Let's pick up senior night activities here at Ellsworth High.
On part of these students, they have provided the community with many exciting times at athletic events during the past 4 years. Athletics provides an opportunity for our students to develop a passion to strive and to overcome our weaknesses and to build on our strengths for the betterment of the team. Ultimately, competition prepares our students to develop resilience, perseverance, and a work ethic that will benefit them for life. We also appreciate the special support shown by the parents and the unselfish amount of time and energy they have put into encouraging their sons and daughters to be the best they can be. At this time, Ellsworth High School would like to recognize the parents and students and wish them well on their future endeavors. First for cheer is Skylar Collins. Daughter of Caleb Collins. Next will be Peyton Coonrod, daughter of Steph and Eric Coonrod. Following her will be Madeline Dobrinsky, daughter of Manny and Jerome Berger and Morgan Dobrinsky. Next is Isabel Lindsley, daughter of Emily and Justin Lindsley. Next is Rylan Old, daughter of Stephanie and Willis Old. Next is Alyssa Rodriguez, daughter of Laura and Nick Rodriguez. Next is Peyton Tenbrink, daughter of Brittany Tenbrink and Ron Tenbrink. Next is Kylan Turnipseed, daughter of JC and Brandon Turnipseed. And rounding up the girls' seniors is Leslie West, daughter of Heather and Monty West. Next, we'd like to recognize our senior boys, starting off with Will Cravens, son of Shelby and Clint Cravens. Next is Ben Hitt, son of Perry and Scott Hitt. Next is Clayton Leiker, son of Danelle and Mark Leiker. Next is Blaine Rawls, son of Angie and Brett Rawls. Next is Riley Stone, son of Cassie and Jeremy Goodman. Next is Jacob Toberson, son of Tammy and Joe Toberson. And rounding out the seniors is Noah Goss, a manager, daughter of Sarah and Brent Goss. We'd also like to recognize one of our band seniors, and that is Kylie Maddox. Thank you again to the senior parents and their families.
Welcome in here to Ellsworth High School. Devin Haney along with Jed Smith as we get ready for our guys game. It's the second game of our doubleheader tonight after we saw the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats beat the Bennington Lady Bulldogs 41-26. We get ready for this guys game, and really it's two teams that are at the top of their game right now, not only in Class 3A for Ellsworth, but Class 2A for Bennington. Bennington comes in under the direction of head coach Curtis Pickering in his 8th season. This Bennington team is 14-3. They have won their last 5 games, including big games, including they salvaged a split against state-ranked Moundridge, and then they also beat Salina, who is state-ranked, on Bennington's home floor on Tuesday night. This Bennington team, as I said, 14-3. That other loss was to Wichita Independent, and they are currently ranked 6th by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association in Class 2A, winning 2 of the last 3 against Moundridge and Salina. On the Ellsworth side of things, they've only had 2 losses this season themselves. They're 16-2 to this point under second-year head coach Brett Rolfs. Both of those losses for Ellsworth went to the Beloit Trojans, who are currently the top-ranked team in Class 3A in the state of Kansas. Ellsworth comes in ranked 5th in Class 3A by the Kansas Basketball Coaches Association. They had a 44-33 win over southeast of Salina in Gypsum on Tuesday. Let's go over your starting lineups for you. First for the Ellsworth Bearcats under the direction of head coach Brett Rolfs. He will start Lane Rolfs, his son, on senior night. 6'1 senior, averages 6 points a game, also 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Leighton Leiker is a 6'1 senior. He averages 5 points a game, also 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Riley Stone, another senior, at 6'3". He averages 11 points, 6 rebounds, and an assist per game. Cooper McGowan is a sophomore at 6'3", 4 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist per game. And one of the top players in Class 3A is Will Cravens, a 6'3 senior, averages 22 points a game, also grabs 6 rebounds, and distributes 3 assists on the season for the Ellsworth Bearcats, who come in 16-2. For the Bulldogs from Bennington, they will start Kean Wilson, a 6'1 junior, averages 5.5 points per game, also 2 rebounds and 3.5 assists. He leads this team narrowly in assists over Talon Pickering, a 5'8 senior who gets 9 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. Paige Rodenbeck, a 5'10 junior, gets 4.5 points per game and 2 assists per contest, along with 6'4 senior Mr. Smith. He averages 11 points a game and 4 rebounds per contest. Eli Lawson rounds out the starting 5 for this Bennington Bulldog squad. Lawson, a 6'7 senior, averages 20 points a game and also 6.5 rebounds for the Bennington Bulldogs. Again, when we have a game like this, who is 2 teams that aren't in the same league, Bennington comes from the heart of America. Ellsworth comes from the North Central Activities Association. These games still count as far as sub-state standings. And right now, Bennington coming into tonight, 2nd in the Wabaunsee location at sub-state. As Ellsworth comes in, they are currently sitting in the top spot in the Hoisington sub-state. Of course, in Classes 3A and 2A, if you have the better record against your opponent in the first round, you will host that game. And then in the semifinals and the finals, you will end up at said location. For Bennington in Class 2A, it's Wabaunsee as they head east. For Ellsworth in Class 3A, it is Hoisington as they head south. This Ellsworth team and this Bennington team looks to be a great game for our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's the second time this week we have featured Bennington as they had Ellsworth on Tuesday night right here on Salina Post. And Jed Smith joining me now. You look at these 2 teams, you can see them getting off the bus, walking into a building, and you're like, that's a basketball team.
They definitely both bring some size, but you can also, you're talking about the way they compose themselves and carry themselves in the building. There's a confidence about them, and as well as a camaraderie with both of these squads here as well too, and each of them have their 1 star. Now that doesn't mean that they don't have great players right beside them to help them along the way, because we know it takes 5 of them on the court, but you're going to really want to watch tonight from the Bennington side, their big man Eli Lawson down low. Can he equal or match Will Cravens from Ellsworth? That's going to be the thing that we're going to need to see.
This is going to be a game. Great starts are going to be really a really good thing to do. I know that sounds like kind of a dust statement, but these 2 teams are just going to kind of looking at each other. You can see, as you said, some tension, just kind of what's on the other end of the floor as we're warming up. We're going to look at them. They're going to look at us. It's a lot of back and forth, and we are happy to be here. Some finals on the girls' side as we go through those for you. On the scoreboard, brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. Salina South tonight, they came from behind. They beat Mays 32-29. El Saline beat Sterling in girls play 43-33. And also Clay Center beat Abilene 48-38. Don't worry, Junction City did score after being shut out in the first half. They ended up losing to Emporia 39-7. Here, Bennington, along with El Saline. Glad you could join us for our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Area Game of the Week. Mr. Smith in the center circle along with Riley Stone. The tip goes back and it will belong to the Dogs to start out as they're wearing their black jerseys, trimmed in gold and gray. Ellsworth will be wearing their home whites, trimmed in red and black. Ellsworth will start out in a zone defense.
Just like we talked about, Devin, they're coming out here and kind of sizing them up, moving the ball from side to side, waiting for a good shot, and there it opens up.
They get a jumper, lane line right-hand side to Mr. Smith. And that is going to be missed. Excuse me, that is not Mr. Smith. That is Isaiah Garrett who stuck into the starting lineup on me. So Isaiah Garrett missed the shot to start out with 0-0 our score. Now Will Cravens has the basketball. He is double-teamed. He kicks it back out, though, to Lane Rolfs. Rolfs a little head and shoulder fake. They get it back to Cravens. Cravens holds the ball, triple threat position. He is guarded here early by Talon Pickering, another senior, as they go senior on senior here for the Ellsworth Bearcats. There's a shot put up. That is no good. It's going to be brought down by Isaiah Garrett for Bennington. Also another amendment to the starting lineup, as we often see these for senior night. Ben Hipp, a 6'4 senior, has started here for Ellsworth. He is in there for Cooper McGowan, it appears. So Bennington lost the basketball as they come down the floor. First turnover of the game belongs to the Bulldogs, and Ellsworth has it back. Ellsworth, they run when they have the opportunity, but other than that, they will shift gears down, and they will play a couple of drastically different tempos on you. You're always keeping you on your toes as a defender. Here's Cravens, got it on the elbow, left-hand side, now skip pass over the top of everything. He'll play it in the far corner to Ben Hipp. Hipp now back to Cravens, now back to Hipp, who plays in front of the Ellsworth student body. Up center of the floor now between the circles to Liker. Here's Cravens, a long-distance three, and he gets the first points of the game. Will Cravens from way downtown.
Watch for him looking to post up. Pickering there, he's got about a 7-inch height advantage on him. Had him posted up early on with a good wide base, but then ended up coming around for a long-range shot. You get extra points for those long-range ones.
I've seen Cravens do that before. He will take what he feels is a mismatch and go down into the blocks. Here's a driving jumper to the right-hand elbow. That's up and no good for Pickering. Ellsworth brings it down as we are about 2 minutes into this contest. Each team feeling each other out. Up off the bench for Bennington is Eli Lawson. He did not start tonight. Here's Cravens now. Had the ball stripped away. Bennington has it. It's Garrett trying to make his way to the rim. Off the window. That's no good. He was bothered that time by Leighton Liker, and Ellsworth brings it away.
Good no call by the officials there, letting him play tonight. Minimal contact at best on that.
Cravens along the baseline. Got enough space. Can't get it to go down. And Mr. Smith with the rebound for Bennington. Off to Isaiah Garrett, the 6'1 sophomore, averages 8 points a game off the bench. Deep post entry here to Mr. Smith. He comes out away from the basket, back into the paint to Garrett. Garrett's shot up off the window is good. And a timeout will be called here by Bennington. It is a full timeout called by Curtis Pickering. We're not even 3 minutes into this game. We will step aside and take it. It's the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Area Game of the Week. Ellsworth leads it by 1.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Back here at Ellsworth High School, Devin Haney along with Jed Smith, Brian Dennon providing live stream video. on SalinaPost.com. Here's Cravens, another long-distance three. That one off the front of the lip, no good. Mr. Smith trying to fight for that rebound. It's poked out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch here was against Ellsworth. It's Ben Hipp with the last touch. Smith was trying to self-tap, Jed, it looked like, to himself.
It's taken me everything in my power to not respond to you every time you say Mr. Smith. That one was a tough call for the officials there. Hard to see it for sure from where we were at, and that referee's got a better vantage point than us.
Eli Lawson into the game. He did not start. He will play it around the horn now. It ends up now Smith in the corner. They'll play it back around to Lawson. Lawson has been a juggernaut offensively. He did not have one of his typical nights against El Salina on Tuesday as the Cardinals tried to bottle him up, but Bennington still won. Lawson will score there on the jumper on the right-hand side of the lane.
Really nice creation for his own bucket there, too, with the dribble drive. Got a little space and then stepped back and hit a nice soft jumper.
4 straight points by Bennington after they trailed 3-0. There's a shot put up by Riley Stone. That's no good. Mr. Smith with the rebound. He'll play it off to Lawson. That's the great thing about these big guys, I think, for Bennington, is they will take a rebound and just bring it up the floor themselves. They're very athletic and very capable.
Such a weapon when they can do that, too, because you instantly turn defense into offense. And right there, big Eli Lawson just taking it to the rim for another 2.
It's a 6-0 run. Lawson with a crafty move on the left-hand side. Looked like he was tied up that time, but was able to power through it and get it off the window and in. Cooper McGowan is checked in here for Ellsworth. He feeds it to the right-hand side to Will Cravens. Cravens a little back and forth. Cravens, I have a feeling, is going to get to know Talon Pickering very well tonight. Here's Rolfs with a three-pointer. That's no good from Lane Rolfs. Bennington has it back. Bulldogs leading 6-3. 3:20 left to play in the opening quarter. Bounce pass inside. Mr. Smith, and he is fouled. Looked like he could have been fouled either underneath or over the top. McGowan stumbled into him, ended up hitting the deck. They're going to call a foul, though, on Riley Stone. It's our first foul of the game. Going to issue a shooting foul, and it is Mr. Smith that goes to the free throw line. See if he can extend this Bennington 6-0 run. First free throw is up, and it's good.
Right now, Ellsworth's struggling to handle the size of Bennington here and the athleticism that comes along with their size. That's what's been really challenging for him out of the gates.
Well, we mentioned in the pregame the 2 losses for Ellsworth are against Beloit. Beloit is very big. That might be their kryptonite, as it would be most teams. 2 free throws up and good by Mr. Smith. Bennington's run now continues to 8-0. They trailed 3-0 after Cravens hit his first three-pointer of the game. Since then, it's been all dogs. Down low, lane line, right-hand side, McGowan. Little back-and-forth move. Cooper McGowan scores a crafty shot on the right-hand side. The sophomore for the Bearcats.
Big shot there for the Bearcats to stop that bleeding there on that 8-0 run by Bennington.
Shot up by Bennington. It went off the fingertips of the Bulldog. Garrett couldn't keep it in bounds, and it will go back to Ellsworth. 3-point game, Bennington leading 8-5 here. 2:44 left to play in the first quarter.
Eli Lawson with another little mid-range jumper. Oh, and Craven just strong to the basket there.
But Lawson, the height, came over on help side defense and turned Cravens away at the rim. I'm not sure that he blocked it, but he bothered it. There's Lawson now in the middle of the paint. His shot up, no good, and they're going to call a rebounding foul here on Eli Lawson.
You talked about bothering that last shot. That's exactly what Cooper McGowan did here. He held his position straight up, was vertical entirely, and then was so frustrated in the defensive position there. Eli just forced him into a bad position where Eli Lawson was getting over the back or a pushing foul.
Cooper McGowan, a nice-looking player. He is just a sophomore. You can tell he has all the athleticism, and he is really kind of a dirt and mud guy. He will get on the floor for this Ellsworth team, and he will do a lot of little stuff. Here he gets an offensive rebound and saves it right on cue as I was bragging him up. Dax Leiker is into the game for Ellsworth. He's out there along with Lane Rolfs, Cooper McGowan, Will Cravens, and also Ben Hipp. Ellsworth with the basketball. Cravens has it. Little step off there. Pickering got lost, and now a rebound off the miss taken in here for Bennington by Paige Rodenbeck. 8-5. Bennington has it back. They lead it by 3. A bounce pass intended inside for Mr. Smith. It's a turnover for Bennington, their second. Ellsworth, Cravens got tied up. He turned it over. And now a hand check foul in transition will stop the Bulldog break. Foul here against Ellsworth will go against Dax Leiker. It is their second team foul. So far, just 3 fouls called here early on for Bennington. Kean Wilson will check in.
I think the home crowd wanted a foul there on the drive by Craven, but he was just a little bit out of control. The defender was kind of right there stationary, just let him play through the contact.
Deep post entry there to Lawson. He plays it back out. Now back over to the left-hand side. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That one's short. Cravens might have got a piece of that shot as it came out of the cannon. Skip pass from right to left. Rolfs has it for Ellsworth. Bearcats with it. 1:05 left to go in the first quarter. Cravens looked over at his coach, Brett Rolfs, in his second year leading the Bearcats here in Ellsworth. Dax Leiker has it. Free throw line extended on the right-hand side. Now they swing it back around. Rolfs has it. He'll play his way back on the dribble to the center of the floor. 49 seconds left to play first quarter. Cravens with it. Bullet pass inside to Ben Hipp. No good. Eli Lawson will clean it up. Here come the Bulldogs.
Too much Eli Lawson there to shoot over top of. Just didn't get a really good look at it at all.
Bulldogs may be patient here and close out the first quarter. Let's see what they decide to do. Deep post entry for Lawson. Had to fight for it. He's going to turn and score. Eli Lawson, after not starting this game, has 6 points. That Ellsworth deficit back to 5. Curtis Pickering up, smacking his hands together, wanting his team to close out strong here in the first quarter. Clock down to 13. Cravens dribbling on the Bearcat logo at center court. Clock down to 8. He'll bounce it off to Rolfs. Clock down to 6. Hipp has it now. Back to Rolfs, left-hand side. Rolfs will shoot the 3. Barely got enough of the rim, and that will be the end of the quarter. 10-5 is our score. It's the Bulldogs doubling up the Bearcats after we go through the first 8 minutes. We're back with second quarter action after this. Bulldogs lead Ellsworth. It's their Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Back here at Ellsworth, good start for the Bulldogs, and we talk about these two key components, one on each side with Will Cravens and with Eli Lawson. Jed, they know each other pretty darn well.
You know, that's right. They played last summer together on Team Kansas 2024, and you could see it in the warm-ups, the way that they greeted each other, that they had that familiarity. There's an extreme amount of competitiveness here, but none of the chippiness that you see with that comes sometimes with that negative feel for it.
Cravens with a fadeaway. Looked like he might have been fouled, but no call. We could play through it. Of course, Brett Rolfs is going to have a conversation with the official about that as the action comes to the Ellsworth bench side of the floor. Here's Mr. Smith on the inside, and he is fed perfectly from the outside by junior Kean Wilson. That Bennington lead is up to 7.
Right now, their athleticism is just heads and shoulders above the Bearcats, and Talon Pickering is doing a phenomenal job defensively right now, just making everything difficult for Will Cravens.
Cravens leaves it behind his back, pulls up and drains the 3. His second one of the night. He has pulled Ellsworth back to within 4.
And even that 3, giving it up, you're going to give those shots up to him. You really just have to lessen how much he damages you, and right now Pickering's doing a great job with it.
Ellsworth's game on Tuesday, they went into Gypsum and beat Southeast of Saline 44-33. Half of those points came from Will Cravens. He scored 22 of Ellsworth's 44. Here's a three-pointer right-hand side. In and out, no good from Wilson. Ellsworth has the basketball. Cravens up the middle of the floor. He'll pull up again. Guarded 3. That one again, might have gotten a little piece of it there, was Talon Pickering, as he is not going anywhere. It'll be interesting when Pickering comes off the floor, if he comes off the floor, who will gain the defensive assignment of Will Cravens.
I've noticed that they've even on the offensive side kind of gone away from Pickering too, so he's had some moments where he can rest down there, but here he has the ball, ends up turning it over.
Sorry, Jed, lost the basketball there. That's the third turnover for Bennington. Cravens took it away. He'll leave it off to Dax Leiker on the right-hand side. Now a beautiful pass inside. Cravens finding Ben Hipp for the first bucket for Hipp.
And there's some of that up-tempo transition offensive style that you were talking about. Will Cravens noticed that they had a mismatch, couldn't figure out who was guarding who, found the open man for an easy bucket.
Little 5-0 run here for Ellsworth after they trailed by 7. Down inside, a jump ball situation as Pickering had it on the right-hand side of the basket. Hipp was there to turn him away, and they're going to go to the arrow, sort this one out. The possession will stay here with Bennington as they will have a chance to run some baseline offense.
Talon Pickering just being the victim of his 5'8" stature right there on that one, unfortunately.
There's a drive out and a kick to the right. Rodenbeck has it. He works his way into the paint. Runner is no good. He went across the lane that time, ended up shooting it on the left-hand side of the floor. Cravens has it again to that Bearcat logo. He'll come back to the left. Dax Leiker has it. Now Cooper McGowan along the baseline. It's a 2-point Bennington lead. Ellsworth with it, back in the hands of Cravens. 5:25 left to go. Cravens again fires a bullet down low, and Ben Hipp turns and scores. Cravens averages 3.5 dimes a game. He just dropped back-to-back assists on Hipp, and now that Ellsworth run is 7-0. They have tied it up.
Ben Hipp doing a phenomenal job of getting position, holding position, and then sealing when that pass comes down.
Lawson quiets the run with a 3. 9 points for Eli Lawson. 15-12, Bennington. This Bennington team, they've had that chip on their shoulder all year long about getting to the 2A state tournament once again. There's a 3, it goes unanswered by Cravens. Bennington brings it back the other way. Dogs lead it by 3. 15-12, Lawson on the inside, and Dax Leiker will get the foul call here. It's the first foul of the second quarter. This game's moving right along. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. And other than a couple Curtis Pickering timeouts, we really haven't had any stoppages in play, and Curtis Pickering wants another one. We will take it as well. 15-12, it's our Salina Regional Game of the Week, brought to you by Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Department.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Back here at Ellsworth High School, Devin Haney along with Jed Smith. We're watching really good basketball game right now. It is Bennington leading Ellsworth by 3. Bennington has the basketball along their own baseline. Couple of early timeouts here by Curtis Pickering, keeping his team engaged and focused as if they need to be. 2-3 blown out zone here by Ellsworth as they are going strong on the baseline. Here's Lawson inside against McGowan. Little drop step to the center of the paint. Eli Lawson has 11. Bennington back to another 5-0 run. Hipp has it. Top of the circle now, Dax Leiker. He'll go to Leighton Leiker. Over now to Cravens. Cravens ball above his head, faked the 3, drew some attention. Now he'll give it up to Dax Leiker. Dax back in the middle of the floor to Leighton. Leighton goes right again to Lawson. Really not much working inside until you get those unexpected vapor stream passes from Cravens inside to Ben Hipp. Now it's McGowan in there posting up. Hipp came out. Zach Slager tried to get it. It went off a hip of a Bennington player, but McGowan scooped it up. Not a lot of turnovers in this game. We've only seen 4 total turnovers.
There you got Paige Rodenbeek has drawn the assignment to fill in, covering Will Cravens here as they move through their offense. Another opportunity for a shot clock situation here too, Devin.
Yeah, we kind of wondered out loud when Talon Pickering was on the bench, who would get it. Now it's Paige Rodenbeek, as you said. Pickering sitting at the table, by the way, waiting to check in. Ellsworth spending a lot of time here on this possession. They've taken the clock down to 3:08 left to play in the second quarter. Ellsworth, though, they can do this at times. As I said, they do love to control the tempo, but they will switch gears on you in a hurry. Right now, they're being more patient. Lob pass inside. Cravens fouled from behind. The foul on the floor on Rodenbeek. It will be just the first team foul on Bennington here in the second quarter.
And we saw Bennington jump out and get the advantage using their size and athleticism. And here Ellsworth has kind of closed that gap using their speed. That's the great equalizer when it comes to size. If they're bigger than you, you're going to have to be faster than them.
Kean Wilson comes out of the game as Pickering comes back in. Rodenbeek stays on Cravens, not Pickering. That's interesting. Rodenbeek grabs the rebound off the miss there from Ellsworth as he had a beautiful textbook block out. And now a foul called on Ben Hipp as Bennington coming down the right-hand sideline. Second team foul on Ellsworth. Ben Hipp has just collected his first. Nobody has more than 1 foul yet in this game with 2:42 left to go here in the second quarter.
That's when he wants back. He was just hustling after the ball. Should have just slowed down and played defense rather than making a play at the steal.
Yeah, Rodenbeek had it. He swung it around to Pickering. Now Pickering has it back. Long stare inside at Lawson, but they go back behind Lawson where Mr. Smith has snuck in there into the paint. All the attention was on Lawson, and Pickering did a good job staring him down and taking the attention off the backside cutter.
What a great design play right there and beautifully executed by the Bennington Bulldogs.
Rolfs with it. He's going to uncork a 3. That's no good. Leighton Leiker underneath with the rebound. This run, once again, is 7-0 for the Bulldogs. They had an 8-0 run back in the first quarter. Foul on Pickering, it looks like. That is his first. Ellsworth will keep it. 2 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. Craven's really close to the sideline. He's going to play it off the foot that time of Rodenbeek. And the ball will stay with Ellsworth over there on that far sideline. Ben Hipp checks out. Riley Stone checks in. Stone spent a lot of time on the bench there for Ellsworth. Inside 2 minutes we go.
You know, these smaller communities really do appreciate when they get a talent like this Cravens young player here.
Rolfs shed a defender. Pickering that time gambled for the steal. Lane Rolfs shed him on the spin move, pulled up and nailed the 3.
He's a coach's kid, lunch pail guy. First one in, last one out. Great shot there with the left hand, too.
Lawson in the keyhole, faked the shot. Nobody honored it, so he went ahead and pulled the trigger and ended up burying the 2-pointer. 13 points. Eli Lawson now at a baker's dozen. 21-15. Here's McGowan gambling out, trying to get a ball and save it, but he did. I shouldn't say he was gambling. Mr. Smith was the one gambling there. This Bennington defense has ratcheted up the pressure quite a bit. 1:07 left to go. Bulldogs leading it by 6. Boy, they're doing a good job trapping Ellsworth up against the sidelines. Stone down low, worked it back and forth. Now back out to Rolfs for a 3. He got another one. Lane Rolfs goes back-to-back from three-pointville as he's able to score 6 and make this a 3-point game.
Very balanced scoring so far between the few players on Ellsworth's team that are putting up the points. It's not all on one guy right now, and that's true for Bennington as well.
Lawson inside, tried to go backside, and it's going to be poked out of there and stolen away. 4th turnover for Bennington. Rolfs with it. He'll play it back to the middle for Cravens. Second quarter dwindling down. Cravens will have last say at it here. 16 seconds left. Ellsworth trailing by 3. Cravens drawing the defender for Bennington. Rodenbeek all the way out near the scores table. Coach Rolfs for Ellsworth up, stomping his foot, calling a play. Back to Leighton Lanker, three-pointer on the way, top of the key, won't go down. Cooper McGowan at the buzzer, can't get the putback to go down. Bodies hit the floor as we end the second quarter, 21-18. The visitors from Bennington have the advantage by 3. We'll go to halftime. When we come back, we'll check numbers from the first half, brought to you by Marshall Motors. We will also check scoring on the scoreboard, brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital. It's all coming up when we come back. A 2-minute timeout. Halftime is here with Bennington leading by 3 on Salina Post.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dan at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure.
Tonight we have Shriners from the ISIS Shrine Temple and Shriners Children's Patients and our ambassadors, Brian Rydell, here to extend an official invitation to Logan West. Logan will participate in the 51st Annual Kansas Shrine Bowl presented by Mammoth. This selection was the result of media voting and coaches selections following the 2023 football season. The 2024 Kansas Shrine Bowl will take place Saturday, June 29th at 7 p.m. in Emporium. All net proceeds from the Kansas Shrine Bowl benefit Shriners Children's, where they will provide the most amazing care anywhere and are dedicated to improving the lives of children by providing pediatric specialty care, innovative research, and outstanding teaching programs for veteran professionals. Children up to the age of 18 are eligible for care and receive all services in a family-centered environment, regardless of the patient's ability to pay. Additional events include the Kansas Masonic All-State Marching Band Camp, the Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Star Cheer Camp, the All-Star Friday Night Showcase, golf tournament, parade, and much more. To show your support for the Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Star visit www.kansasshrinebowl.com/support. Thank you, Shriners, and congratulations to Logan West for his 2024 Shrine Bowl All-Star.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Salina Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Salina Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinamedesthetics.org.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Salina Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Salina Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Salina Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The winter season may be here, but paintball fun is still waiting for you at Elite Sports. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, located 5 miles south of Salina, is open for special winter hours. Get the group together and visit Elite Sports on Saturdays and Sundays this winter from 11 until 4. Elite Sports features low-impact paintballs for the beginners or little ones, so everyone can have more fun. Visit them online at salinapaintballcomplex.com. Elite Sports Paintball Complex, open and waiting for you this weekend.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here to Ellsworth High School as we go through the halftime. Loden West selected to the Shrine Bowl. There's been a bunch of guys in the Salina area, kind of the area that we cover here with Eagle Radio and Salina Post, that are going to the Shrine Bowl coming up this summer, so that definitely will be fun to watch coming up with a lot of really great players from this area. Let's go over first half scoring for you. For the Bennington Bulldogs, who lead it by 3 here at the break, Eli Lawson has 13 points, 6 points for Mr. Smith, and 2 points for Isaiah Garrett. Ellsworth has 6 points for Will Craven, 6 points for Lane Ross on 2 3-pointers. Cravens also has 2 3-pointers. Ben Hipp with 4 points, and Cooper McGowan with 2. Bennington, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Ellsworth has not shot a free throw as of yet. Bennington with 4 turnovers. Ellsworth with just 1 turnover. That happened in the first quarter. 21-18, our score here at the break. Bennington was down by 3 early on in the game. It was 3-0. Then they went on an 8-0 run, but Ellsworth came back and they tied it up at 12 with a 7-0 run of their own. Bennington then went on a 7-0 run and went up 19-12. But since then, it's been Ellsworth with the edge 6-2 as we go to halftime with a 3-point Bennington advantage. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Joe Guillory at L&L Advisors in Salina. You can count on Joe for expert advice on Medicare and life insurance. Joe Guillory and L&L Advisors with 3 locations, 2 in Salina and 1 in downtown McPherson. From Bennington to Salina to Ellsworth, you can count on the experts at L&L Advisors, based on honesty and trust. Once again, halftime, 21-18, our score here at the break. Bennington leading it by 3. 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with third quarter action after this on Salina Post.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialists will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
Back here at a very loud Ellsworth High School gymnasium, 21-18 is our score. It's a 3-point lead for the Bennington Bulldogs. They're being led by Eli Lawson right now with a baker's dozen, 13 points. Will Cravens, Lane Rolfs leading the way for the Bearcats with 6 points apiece. 21-18, Bennington's edge. Slight lead to protect here as we go through the second half. Devin Haney along with Jet Smith, Brian Dennett providing the live stream video here free of charge on SalinaPost.com. Part of our series from Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, our area game of the week for a Friday night. The last regular season Friday night as basketball season is winding down. Jed, what do you think here? What do you see? What do you want to see from both squads in the second half?
We're going to need to see Bennington make some outside shots. They've done a fantastic job of shooting and making the high percentage shots inside the three-point line. On the flip side, I'm going to need to see Ellsworth be consistent with their shooting. They have been shooting the threes and have a worse shooting percentage because of that then as well.
Craven starts out with it. Ellsworth down by 3. Movement inside. Cooper McGowan has it. That shot is blocked by Isaiah Garrett. Boy, you could hear the slap of the ball that time as Garrett came down and turned McGowan away on the block on the right-hand side. Eli Lawson did not start the game. He will start second half. Here's the lob to Mr. Smith coming in on the backside. That was thrown to the rim that time by Kean Wilson. Smith comes up empty, but he will go to the free throw line after a foul was called here on Ellsworth. Absorbing the foul that time for Ellsworth is Cooper McGowan. That is his first. We don't have anybody with more than one foul here in this game so far. Mr. Smith at the free throw line. Splashes the first one through. He has 7. We've only had 7 fouls total called in this game thus far. Smith misses a second one, but Isaiah Garrett has it. Bennington will save it. Smith now 3 of 4 from the free throw line, in deep to Lawson. Little baby hook off the window, won't go. But coming in, getting the rebound once again is Kean Wilson. Wilson now in the corner, near side. He'll go through the paint to Garrett. Garrett off the window, no good. Smith grabs the rebound from another county and pulls it back in. Go gadget arms that time for Mr. Smith.
High pointing the ball right there to the maximum, just a full extension, pull it down, and then the strength to go right back up for the easy 2. Big time play by Mr. Smith.
It's a 3-point trip from Bennington after getting it stopped. Now a steal by Garrett all the way down the floor. He rose up in a little mini dunk that time by Isaiah Garrett. He has 4. 26-18. It's the biggest lead for Bennington in this game. Boy, what a great start for the Bulldogs. Here's Cravens on a 3. Had that one partially blocked. Bennington's going to save it. Here come the Bulldogs again up the right-hand sideline. Garrett has it in the corner. He'll play it out of trouble to Wilson. Now to Pickering. Eli Lawson standing in three-point land. Wilson has come around from right to left. They go back inside to Mr. Smith. That time Craven's there to provide opposition, and Smith comes up empty. Boy, Ellsworth needed that stop. The first 2 minutes so far of this half have belonged to the Bulldogs from Ottawa County. Ellsworth working it around. Riley Stone with it. Now to Cravens. Cravens splits 2 defenders, lost the basketball on his way up. It was poked out of bounds by the Bennington Bulldogs. It will stay here with Ellsworth as they have a chance to run baseline offense underneath their own basket. Cravens will do the inbound. He goes to Stone. Now Leighton Liker around the perimeters. Goes to Rolfs. Now ends up with Cravens, the inbounder. McGowan posting inside. Tries to go into the defender. He does, and it's a foul called. Cooper McGowan has just taken his second foul. And a turnover for Ellsworth. Just their third of the game. Almost looks like a couple of offensive trips here for Ellsworth. They're trying to get McGowan isolated inside. Bennington, a wonderful job defensively that time.
They really do have three defenders that match up very well with him to kind of eliminate that offense, but that's what Ellsworth's trying to do, is get in on the low post and get high percentage shots.
Lawson drop-stepped from the baseline, tried to come back into the paint. He was tied up momentarily by Stone. Good job by the officials, I thought, letting him play through that. That was all ball. Lawson missed the shot as he pulled that through, and Ellsworth comes away with the rebound. Bearcats with us, still looking for their first points here of the third. So far, it's Bennington winning the quarter, 3-0. Here's Cravens up top. Deep post entry to Stone, who's been in that lane a long time, and he's going to turn and score. Riley Stone gets his first basket of the night. They need more from him. He averages 11 on the season. That's his first points. High post to Lawson. Look down low at Smith, now kicks it out to Garrett. Three-pointer, dives off the back of the rim, and it's stuck back in by Kean Wilson. Wilson's first basket of the night.
Didn't even come down with it, just went up and got it and put it right back in while he was still in the air. Great play there. Young Kean Wilson.
28-20. McGowan has it in the corner. Works it around now. Cravens up top. He wants to drive. Help side defense. They're going to have a foul called here. And it's going to be Garrett reaching in on help side defense. Garrett will get his first foul. Just kind of one of those back and forth things, right? He never fully committed to getting the body contact, kind of reached in and got his hands caught.
Definitely the right call by the refs on that one, too. He's got his hands in there. There's no way that you're going to be all clean on that, whether it's body or wrist or arm. Just too much contact.
Cravens along the baseline, rises up and scores over the top of Talon Pickering. Will Cravens, his first two of the night. That is just his 7th and 8th points. He averages over 20 on the season per game. Inside, couple of shots for Bennington to score. They do not. Now a big collision between Leighton Liker and a Bennington Bulldog. That was Talon Pickering coming in, and Leighton Liker absorbed the best of that one.
Talon knew he'd made the foul on that one, just put his hands up, kind of smiled at the official, shook his head. Wasn't trying to hurt anybody, but big hard foul there.
Talon Pickering, the first Bulldog in this game to have 2 fouls. Here's Stone inside, got Lawson up in the air, couldn't score off the window, and the rebound comes off on the opposite side into the hands of Paige Rodenbeek. Rodenbeek works his way back to the middle of the floor, plays it to Pickering, now gets it back, deals it right to Garrett. High post to Lawson. Rodenbeek, probably one of the best set of shoes I've seen in a while. Now a 3-second violation on Bennington. It's the second one of those I've seen this week. I think I went maybe 2.5 years without seeing one.
Kind of a suspect call there, I think. They're running the zone. Bennington was slowing the ball down and really just working around to the outside. But
here's the low post entry now. Stone turns, missed another one, trying to score over the top of Lawson. Lawson's doing just enough to give Riley Stone problems on those shots and keeping him from scoring. 28-22, 2:59 left to go here in the third. Here's Garrett, top of the key three, no good. McGowan had the rebound poked away, but Riley Stone comes in and takes it. Boy, this game had great flow. There's not a lot of stoppages in play, not a lot of fouls. Just a quick moving game. It's been fun to watch.
That's what you get when you get two basketball teams going at it together.
Rolfs with it. And you love to see that out of the officiating crew, too. They're aware of how big this game is, how fun this game can be. There's not a league title on the line, man. Just let them go at it and see who prevails at the end. So far, that's what they've done.
And a really good job of not being seen almost.
Yeah. Craven. Here's Lawson on the strip. Has to chase it all the way over the scorer's table. Now he's going to get some help here out of Isaiah Garrett. Secondary break here. Rodenbeek over to Lawson on the left-hand side. Ellsworth still falling back into that 2-3 zone. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. 28-22 Bennington. Lawson wants to drive, and the runner up and good. Eli Lawson, his first basket of the second half. He has 15.
So big and tall, and off the dribble like that, it's just a hard, difficult shot to defend for the Bearcats.
Leighton Leiker with the basketball. Now to McGowan. McGowan stuck. He doesn't have a dribble. Leighton Leiker noticed that and came and helped him out. It's a tenacious man-to-man defense being applied by Bennington. Craven's inside right now as two Bulldogs around him. Here's a long-distance shot put up by Rolfs. That's no good. Lawson with the rebound here for Bennington. Rolfs hit back-to-back threes in that second quarter to keep Ellsworth close at halftime. Now Bennington's going to stretch it out here. Looks like they may be interested in using the rest of the third quarter. They lead it by 8. It's been their biggest lead of the game so far. 1 minute left. Garrett with it, skips it back along the timeline. Pickering has it. Now back to Garrett. Trying to stretch out this Ellsworth zone. Lawson back to Garrett. Clock has been taken down to 40 seconds. They go high post to Lawson. Lawson has it poked away from behind. He didn't know Rolfs was behind him. Here comes Cravens. Cravens going to step back. Now go back at it in the paint. Sidestep around Lawson. He's knocked to the floor. Free throws coming up. Cravens gets up and he wants to have a conversation with his teammate, Lane Rolfs. He was expecting Rolfs to maybe move deeper to the corner there for the kick out on the three. Cravens kind of got stuck as he got into the lane, but did the best with it that he could and ended up drawing free throws attempts. First free throw is up and good. That foul for Bennington on Eli Lawson, that's his second. Nobody in jeopardy of hitting the limit here in the third quarter. Just 5 combined fouls, 3 for Bennington, 2 for Ellsworth. Craven's second free throw, good. 10 points now for Cravens. 30-24. 23 seconds left to play here in the third. Pickering with it on the Bearcat logo. Takes the clock down to 14. Goes right. Now gets it back. Smith, 14-footer. Got it. Ellsworth has time. 4 seconds left. They get it in the hands of Cravens. Up the floor. Cravens in front of the scorer's table. And again, bodies hit the floor at the end of the quarter. And we go to the end of the third, 32-24. Bennington leading by their biggest gap of 8. Fourth and final quarter. Coming up when we come back, it's the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Area Game of the Week.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
This is Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
The Bulldogs went into halftime with a 3-point lead. They go to the fourth and final quarter with an 8-point lead as they were able to outscore Ellsworth in that third period of play, 11-6. Bennington will also start this fourth and final quarter with the basketball. It'll be Talon Pickering, Paige Rodenbeek, Mr. Smith, Eli Lawson, and Kean Wilson on the floor for Bennington to start. Dax Leiker, Lane Rolfs, Ben Hipp, Cooper McGowan, Will Cravens on the floor.
I've had Freddie Krueger thoughts as well.
Yes, had to do it once, right?
Yep.
32-24. Bennington just stretching again, putting the ball out near the timeline, working sideline to sideline. They want Ellsworth to come out of this zone.
Well, they're content with an 8-point lead to pass the ball. I mean, honestly, Ellsworth is going to have to come out of the zone.
There's Cooper McGowan coming over the top as the elbow pass was going into Eli Lawson. McGowan now is the first to enter the 3-foul club. Leighton Leiker will come in. He will replace Ben Hitt.
We talked about McGowan's motor before the game, but we didn't do it justice. That kid is just 100 miles an hour all the time.
Deep post entry to Lawson. Brief double team. It steps off. Lawson will pull the trigger from the baseline. That's no good. Cravens with the rebound. Almost a minute into this fourth quarter. Bennington was able to shorten the game and shave off the clock. Still leading it by 8. Ellsworth with it along the baseline. Cravens all the way to the cup. Ran over a Bulldog. They both hit the floor. No whistle. And that's pretty consistent with the way this game's been called.
Well, I think it's the right call. He's too far under the basket to call him for a charge, but he was there and straight up. It's a good no call.
High post to Eli Lawson. Lawson this time guarded by Cravens, and this is going to be a player control foul. He led with the forearm. Curtis Pickering doesn't like it, but it did come out. Cravens was there to embellish it just enough to make it look legit, and I think it really was, and that's a foul on Lawson. Now his third.
When you're that big and that strong, there's a lot of that is real just because your natural abilities then too. But when you extend the arm, it's an easy call for the official.
32-24. The two teams exchanging possessions here. They've burned a minute and a half off of this clock. There's the fake handoff to McGowan. Cravens to the cup, and he shuffled with the feet there.
He did a spin move, and he was fine, but then those feet, like you said, they just shuffled. He put one for the other one, and too many steps, not allowed.
32-24. Kind of like the girls' game here, right? We went almost halfway through the quarter of the girls' game without any points. By the way, if you missed that one earlier, 41-26, Ellsworth defeated Bennington, and another 3-second in the lane. I'm being a little facetious when I say I've gone 2.5 years without seeing one. Now that's the third one this week I've seen, but it's just not a call you see very often anymore.
Twice tonight.
Third turnover on Bennington here in the second half. They have 7 for the game. Here's Cravens in the paint. Fades away, can't get it to go. McGowan there to scoop it up. His putback won't go either, but he is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line.
Worth noting, too, the same officials made that 3-second call there. Interesting here, Devin, I might be wrong, but it looked like the hand got up into the inside of the cylinder there. Would have thought that might have gotten called for goaltending.
McGowan on the free throw. Got it to go. Want to remind you on KINA tonight, 9:10 a.m., also 107.5 FM. You can also listen worldwide on 910KINA.com. It's the high school basketball scoreboard show. Scores and game wraps for a complete hour from 10 until 11 o'clock. Brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital and Home Automotive Centers in Abilene and Salina. Here's the Bennington possession now after a 1-of-2 trip at the free throw line for Cooper McGowan. He has 3 points. Bennington's lead at 7. 5:33 left to go. Here's the drive and a shut off there. Good defense by Ellsworth. They get it back into the paint though to Bennington to Lawson. That's no good. And now wrestling for the rebound. Here comes Ellsworth pulling it away. Cravens with it. Deep 3 over Lawson. Got it to go. You didn't expect him to be quiet for long, and he has just made this a 4-point game and a 30-second timeout. We will keep it right here with 5:14 left to go. You can almost see it, right, Jed? I mean, he was coming up, looked at the defender. It was Lawson at 6'7", but Cravens out there on a logo 3, able to bring this to 4 points.
That's the complete difference between the two teams right now. You got killer instinct from Ellsworth with Will Cravens coming down and just pulling up for 3. On the other side, Bennington, the last couple of possessions, have been trying not to lose. They've been holding on to the ball. They've been passing around. They're not attacking. They're not playing to win. They're playing to hold on. And they really need to just relax, trust themselves, because they've got all the ability to put this game away. But I think it's hard when you're a competitor and you've been playing so tough, and great game, great competition here, and then when you have to slow down, it just throws them off their game right now, and that's what we've seen these last 2 possessions from.
That Cravens 3 and a Cooper McGowan free throw, the only points so far. They all belong to Ellsworth here in this fourth quarter. And they have taken that Bennington lead, which was 8 entering the quarter, and chopped it in half. 32-28. Bennington now will have the basketball. Still a lot of basketball left. As quickly as this game has moved, we still have 5:12 left to go. Bennington now still looking for their first points of the fourth quarter. Wide open motion offense. Notice Ellsworth now out of that zone. They are playing man-to-man. Here's Lawson down deep. Got separation with Cravens and put up and scored. Lawson just using that shoulder enough to create some daylight. Coach Brett Rolfs doesn't like that. He just got technical. This has been a while coming probably from that Ellsworth bench, as Coach Rolfs has not been happy with a few of these non-calls.
And again, I feel like the officials have been very consistent tonight. He did move him, but that's what you get to do that when you're the bigger guy. You got to have that ability to create a little space.
Here's the issue I have. You're in a 2-possession game in the fourth quarter. You get a technical and take a possession away from your team. Your team have the ball. I have trouble with that.
Do better. Do better.
Mr. Smith to the free throw line, gets them both. He has been really good tonight offensively. 13 for him. He and Lawson have combined for 30. And now Bennington not only gets 2 free throws out of the deal, they get a layup. Potentially a 6-point swing on the technical foul.
And a big-time score there. Easy bucket. Kean Wilson's only his second bucket of the game, too.
Now a foul inside called against Bennington. This will go against Eli Lawson. It is his 4th. So now Bennington head coach Curtis Pickering has a decision to make. Isaiah Garrett will pop up off the bench. And Cravens misses the free throw. Last time I looked at his numbers, I believe he was a high 80s, low 90s free thrower as far as percentage. And he missed that one. And a timeout coming here for Ellsworth. It's a full timeout. We'll take it. Nearly halfway through the fourth quarter, 38-28. Bennington with the lead here on Salina Post.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dayan at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
Back here at Ellsworth High School, Devin Haney along with Jed Smith, 4:23 left to go. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Joe Guillory at L&L Advisors. You can count on Joe for expert advice on Medicare and life insurance. Joe Guillory and L&L Advisors, with 3 locations and serving you from Bennington to McPherson to Salina to Ellsworth. Call L&L Advisors, based on honesty and trust. Out of the timeout, Cravens with the free throw. He has 14 points and now has made this a 9-point game. Little 3-quarter court pressure here, a little half-court trap, if you will, for the Ellsworth Bearcats. A wide open Isaiah Garrett, though, down low. And another beautiful entry pass from those guards for the Bulldogs. Garrett has a half a dozen. It's an 11-point Bennington lead, their biggest of the game. And Ellsworth comes up empty.
Big rebound by Isaiah Garrett right there as well, too.
Garrett, maybe one of the guys on this team that doesn't get talked about enough. But, man, he is a sensational player as well. This Bennington team kind of has it all, don't they?
They really do.
Here's a fadeaway now and a shot put up. That is no good from Talon Pickering. And back to defense go the Dogs. 3:25 left to go. Keep in mind, they are leading now by 11. It's their biggest lead of the game, while Eli Lawson is on the bench. McGowan open in the corner. Mr. Smith won't even go out and guard him. Almost dared him to shoot that. Here's Cravens. He will shoot from that spot. You don't need to dare him. It comes off the rim, though. McGowan diving on the floor. Saves the possession for his team. Now to Rolfs for three. That's no good. Garrett with a backside rebound for Bennington. 3 minutes left to play. 40-29. Bennington has an 11-point lead to stretch out here to the end. Trying to see if they can ruin senior night here in Ellsworth. There's a drive to the cup. Started out in the middle of the floor, ended up on the right-hand side of the basket by Kean Wilson, and he is fouled. And this foul will be issued to Cravens. Kean Wilson will step to the free throw line. 4 points for him tonight. It's just Cravens' first foul. Wilson's first free throw, up and good. 5 points for the junior, Kean Wilson. Second one, also in. 4 points in the quarter, 6 for the game. A Bennington lead now has ballooned to a baker's dozen, 42-29. 2:40 left to go. Leighton Leiker on the right-hand side. He'll drive to the free throw line, middle of the floor, ends up with Cravens now along the baseline. Fadeaway two, won't go. Mr. Smith had it, he fell down. Looking to get rid of it underneath the basket, and they're going to call a traveling violation.
Another
Fourth
big
turnover on
rebound.
Bennington. Sorry?
Another great rebound there by Bennington, too, off the miss. And you're seeing right now, Bennington has gotten makeable, easy shots through their offense.
So full timeout by Ellsworth. We'll step aside. 2:28 left to go. Bennington leads it by 13 here on Salina Post.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Salina Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
Opus.
Ellsworth High School, Devin Haney, Jed Smith, Brian Dennett on video. Glad you could join us here on Salina Post for some live high school basketball. Ellsworth has the ball underneath their own goal, trailing by 13.
See the switch there on defense. Keep Will Cravens from being open in the corner there, too. Just incredible communication by the Bulldogs defense.
Dax Leiker put up a three. That's no good. Bennington has the rebound, and now a foul called on Leighton Leiker. As Talon Pickering was dribbling out of trouble. That foul on Leighton Leiker, his second. Here's Lawson. He's back into the game for Bennington. Isaiah Garrett, middle of the floor. Goes through two fouls. The second one called here on Will Cravens. That is his second. Thought Rolfs got him before that.
He did. They were just warming him up.
Ellsworth not quite. Well, now they are at the limit. 4 fouls here in the fourth quarter, and now they will put Bennington at the free throw line. Talon Pickering to the free throw line. As Ellsworth has exceeded their limit here of fouls, Leighton Leiker has just collected his third. He and Cooper McGowan both have 3 for Ellsworth. Eli Lawson, the only one in foul trouble for Bennington, with 4. Pickering's first free throw is up and good. That's his first point of the night. But as you said to me earlier off the air, he has had a super night.
Defensively, he shut down one of the best players in the state tonight. I mean, he didn't hold him to 0 points, but he has held his own more than
Rolfs pulls up, uncorks a long three. That's no good. A rebound taken in, down low by Bennington. They're working it up the floor now. It's Lawson and Smith. Lawson looked like he was in between, throwing the lob to Smith on the other side of the goal or peeling it back out in the flat and running clock, and he got caught with the travel.
Yeah, you can't have your hand in the cookie jar and get caught when mom walks in. That's what happened to him there.
1:38 left to play.
We see here Ellsworth still struggling to get a shot off.
Here's Cravens, uncorks a three. That's an air ball. Out of bounds along the baseline. Bennington will have it back. Their biggest lead of the night, and 1:28 left to play.
And again, Talon Pickering right there, hand in his face. That shot is not how he's used to taking his shots there.
Bennington set to get it in here. It looked like Talon Pickering may have thought that was deflected, and it would go out of bounds off Ellsworth. Problem is the ball never went out of bounds. So Bennington will try it again. And here is Pickering again being fouled. He will go to the free throw line. A couple of free throws coming up. 84 seconds left to play. And a lane violation called here on Isaiah Garrett. Garrett was trying to switch with Lawson that time, keep Lawson from getting his fourth foul, maybe going for a rebound. That lane violation took a free throw away from one of his teammates. Pickering misses the second one as well. Here's Cravens, pulls up, had to double clutch a three because there was a Bulldog, Talon Pickering, coming in at the last minute, and that one will go out of bounds, back to Bennington. Bulldogs have to break the full court pressure. They threw one high, but Pickering ends up getting it. Now to Smith, who will go to the basket on the right-hand side. He missed the layup, but Lawson there to put it in. Lawson with 19. It's a 16-point advantage. Ellsworth uncorks a three, and that goes inside of a minute now, and another foul on Leighton Leiker. That's his fourth. (45-29). Eli Lawson this time will toe the stripe. I don't know a lot that Bennington has done wrong in this game.
They've just been efficient. They've played a fantastic defense. Yeah, they just played an incredible basketball game. And then as it got late and Ellsworth had to scramble, they didn't know how to scramble. They couldn't manufacture buckets. And Bennington just kept doing what they do and never got stressed on a couple of quick threes back-to-back by Ellsworth and just slowly pulled away.
Second free throw by Lawson missed. They're going to call a foul here on Mr. Smith. Bennington, though, not at the limit. They had a foul to give. So just the second on Mr. Smith. Bennington qualified for the state tournament a year ago, but they were shown the door in the first round. They ended up with a 19-5 season. They definitely want to get back there. They feel like they have some unfinished business as Cravens hits the three. 46-32. Clock down to 43 seconds left to play. Isaiah Garrett, middle of the floor, will turn and hand it off to Talon Pickering. Pickering throws the lob here, back near side, right in front of the Bennington bench where Kean Wilson is. Looks like Ellsworth is pretty satisfied with what happened here, and so is Bennington as the clock just continues to roll down, and Ellsworth has the look on their face and their mannerisms like, this is it, we are okay. So Ellsworth will go to 16-3 on the season. They take their first loss to somebody other than Beloit, while Bennington now will move to 15-3. Ellsworth next week has a game left against Sacred Heart on Tuesday. Bennington has two big games left as they will have Marine Academy and Inman left. 46-32, our final score as the Bennington Bulldogs beat the Ellsworth Bearcats here in Ellsworth. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll cap everything off with scoring for you as we round it out here. It's a split as the Ellsworth girls win and the Bennington boys win 46-32 right here on Salina Post.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Are you looking for a local brokerage firm to help you with your Medicare, life insurance, and annuities? L&L Advisors is the #1 local Medicare supplement and insurance specialist. Medicare can be confusing. Let the experts at L&L Advisors help make sense of it. Stop by one of 3 locations in Salina or McPherson and speak to an agent about the needs of your family. L&L Advisors, main office at 717 Roach right off Crawford and in the Central Mall Salina and downtown McPherson. Based on honesty and trust, contact L&L Advisors today.
Back here in post game as we go over final numbers for you, brought to you by Marshall Motors. Bennington wins 46-32, and they did it behind Eli Lawson with 20 points. Mr. Smith had 13, 6 for Kean Wilson, 6 for Isaiah Garrett, and a free throw for Talon Pickering. For the Ellsworth Bearcats, they were led tonight by Will Cravens with 17, 6 points by Lane Ross, 4 points for Ben Hipp, 3 for Cooper McGowan, and 2 for Riley Stone. Bennington 9 of 14 from the free throw line, while Ellsworth was 4 out of 6. Bennington had more turnovers. They had 9. Ellsworth had just 4. Biggest lead of the game for Bennington. They just continued to build that lead. They led by 3 at halftime and just kept going through the second half, just continuing to build. Ellsworth could really never chip it back into it, and Bennington's biggest lead was 16. They end up winning by 14 as the Bulldogs now go to 15-3 on the season. Ellsworth, still really good record for them as well with 1 game left. They go to 16-3 as Bennington wins it on the guys' side, 46-32. On the girls' side, Ellsworth tonight, they were led by Elise Haxton, the sophomore, with 12 points, 41-26. The final for the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats as they go to 9-10 on the season. The Bennington girls now at 11-7. Want to remind you tonight and every Friday night, tune into KINA 910 a.m., also 107.5 FM. You can also listen online worldwide at 910kina.com to the Kansas High School Basketball Scoreboard Show. It's scores and game wraps from across the state of Kansas for a full hour from 10 until 11 o'clock on KINA. It's brought to you by Salina Surgical Hospital and also Home Automotive Centers in Abilene and Salina. For Brian Denna, helping provide live stream video here on Salina Post. Also my buddy Jed Smith. I'm Devin Haney saying thank you for joining us tonight here from Ellsworth, where senior night ended up in a split. Ellsworth girls win and the Bennington Bulldog boys win. Thanks for joining us and have a great weekend.
This has been a presentation of Eagle Radio Basketball Game of the Week, presented by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local